What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back. Welcome back to Wednesday's Facts Over Feelings live stream, where we kick the Mickey Ficky facts. And we don't give a fucks about your feelings. You in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish. The King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly, the Notorious One, a.k.a. Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy and the whole fucking show. I'm the CEO, Niggero, of Fix His Binds, LLC. The unbinder, the undebatable, the undisputed best entertainment here on YouTube. You can call me Senor Gregorio Graybeard. The ladies love to call me Mr. Third Leg Greg.
It was just phenomenal.
Also, I'm the man with no trabajo. I'm the Mitch Slapper, the anointed one.
Acknowledge me.
Also, the founding father of the After Pill. I am the junior college sociologist, the Morpheus of the mating matrix, the chocolatey Confucius, the Black Moses, the deliverer, also known as the man that walks in the spirit of Elijah. I'm the man with more nicknames than anyone in the game, but in case you forget those names, just call me CGA, see God Allah, and I be the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. We back. We back for the evening show, and it should be a good show. It's a chill show. We be out here chilling on the evening show. And I got a plan. 2025, the evening show is going to go through some changes here. All right, I see my son was on my computer. Ass ninja. All right, what he doing? All right, he's my assistant. I see he was on my computer earlier. No wonder I ran out of memory. All right, I ran out of space. I see he was downloading some files to my zip drive. All right, so I just noticed that I was on Wi-Fi, but he was airdropping some stuff. All right, but a great show for you today. The evening shows are going to change coming up in 2025. We're going to do a little bit of a different format. It'll still be me talking that shit. You know what I mean? It'll still be me talking that shit, but we're going to go into 2025. We're going to start it off one way, and we're going to kind of develop a new idea, a new setup for the evening show. All right, so I'm looking forward to it. I might have some feed on here. All right, I might have some feed all up on your screen. All right, we might have some Calico, some Jucos, interviewing some Jucos. All right, so we might interview some women here in the monetized dating marketplace as well, so you guys can get an idea of what's going on. So yeah, we got that coming up, and it's going to be a different layout, different format for the evening show. I'm looking forward to it. Still setting things up and getting things ready. So it'll start after the new year. Maybe not right after the first couple of days, but we starting it up. All right. Did I do that to contribute to today's show? $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV. Did I do that? PayPal, paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the live chat on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. You can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. Do all that? All right, so we got a dating coach. I call him a dating coach because, you know, there's only so much I can describe a person as on YouTube. You only get like 100 characters. So I had to figure out what to describe him as. And the best description I can give you is a dating coach. All right, now, is he a PUA? I wouldn't call him a PUA, a pickup artist. But I would just say a guy that been on the internet, on YouTube, providing dating coaching information and, you know, how to get your life right and your fitness. And I've seen him do some videos in another country way before the Passport Bros was a thing, right? He was in other countries. He ended up getting with this woman that you see on the thumbnail. He ended up marrying her, and I believe she's pregnant now. They're with child. I used to watch them a little bit more when I was in California. So that was a few years ago. And I haven't caught up with him much, but I did get a recommendation of his video, and the video is interesting. It's interesting because, first of all, he's kind of a pickup guy or dating coach guy. He's kind of a Chadley. Yeah, he does like the how to approach, cold approach. So he's been doing some of that. I wouldn't put him in a PUA category at all. He does mostly fitness and I think he owns a gym. And he talks about, you know, he's been around. He's been around. People will know him. You'll recognize him. His name is How to Beast. He has over 1 million subscribers. And he got with this woman. I could tell you a little bit about their relationship that I know from a few years ago. But he has a video titled, Nearly All Married Men Told Me Not to Get Married. Okay. And he's going to actually give his advice as a married man. And a man that is starting his family. My picture in the back looks crooked, but that's neither here nor there. He's going to tell you if he believes you should get married or not. All right. This should be interesting, right? So we got, this is one of those videos that literally tells the legitimacy of the red pill space. Although it is the dead pill now because, you know, people came in and they got their pound of flesh and made their little bit of money. Not really doing nothing but doing the same talking points over and over again, bringing schizoids up. And, you know, people came in and they kind of watered down the space. And they prevented other people from rising above them. And these men came in and got their big numbers, but most of them been getting exposed at this particular point. Okay. So this is where I say again, the rest of the world has cherry picked the red pill. All right, so this video will be an example of the red pill mainstream cherry picking of this space, the red pill called the Manosphere, cherry picking the stuff that they find interesting and then discarding the rest. All right, it's kind of like Gordon Gekko, all right, coming in and taking your corporation and destroying it, but keeping what's valuable. And then when they keep what's valuable, they keep it for themselves. And then they destroy the rest of the red pill. They're like, all right, we took what we wanted. All right, we took the talking points we wanted. We started our little podcast. We are now aware of all the things that the Manosphere has been saying for 10, 15 years. And then they just flush the rest down the toilet. All right. And so then if you still are in the red pill or Manosphere space, they're like, oh, these red pillars, right? But what happened was because of the popularity of the space in 2021 and 2022, they've been able to come in, and this is another video as an example, take the points that we've been resting on, but then still be like, yeah, because it's wreckable and shit. And then, the red pill space, it's over for them, right? So this is an example of what I've been talking about. And it's like, well, is the space not valuable at all? It is, because they took all the main talking points and, oh, okay, we have to acknowledge the truth. We actually have to see it for what it is. And this video is that. So we're going to do that as the main event. We don't have many videos to show you. I think I have 4 videos for before that. But we'll get to that main event here. All right. All right. Somebody says it's been 15 minutes. I know what, you know, I put the thumbnail up right before the stream started. 5 minutes. So it probably is not going to say I'm live at all. I don't know, man. I don't know.
New world order.
Okay. All right. Let's see the earlier contributors to today's show. We had a lot of great contributors to today's show. And man, I've been ripping and running, as they say. All right. I left the stream. I had an appointment. Then appointment number 2. I didn't even get to my last appointment. Right back over here. And it's been a good day. All right. Shout out to our brother Irrationality says, these women are broke. I'm going to remind you. He said, these women are broke.
Let you get it through your thick skull that I'm broke.
He said, is the threshold so low that these women always ask that if you have a roommate, even if they live with their mom at age 35? I haven't had a roommate since 2019, and they ask me for gas money, Ray. Yes, indeed. So, yes, that's what's happening here. And, guys, if you're above that, like the bar is low, as much as men complaining about dating, as a person that has followed the free agent lifestyle guidelines, really, I have set the blueprint of what men can do if they're struggling with relationships, marriage, and dating. And that is, you got to understand, I've been telling you, you got to get above the bar. Got to get above the bar because there's a bare minimum and there's a bunch of motherfucking losers below there. And then when you can get in that space, there's 8s on discount. So you can start doing whatever you need to do if you want to get back into it. But the bar is super duper low. The bar for dates is super low. The bar for impressing a woman is super low. The bar for the bar for how men stand in terms of financial position is fucking low, right? And I know it seems high now because you're not doing the work that it takes to be a true free agent, but the bar is super duper low. If you have above that, like if you have your own space, your own apartment, your own house, ninja, you way above the bar. You way above the bar. You just gonna have to tell them, well, I ain't getting married, all right? Because these women are gonna try to motherfucking start nesting in your shit. All of a sudden, they be like, laying on your bed, all right, with their legs cocked wide open. You ain't got no brother that you don't live with your brother. You don't live with your mother. You don't live with a roommate. The bar is in hell right now. And the bar for women is in absolute Mickey Ficky hell. All right, it's crazy. But I trying to tell y'all, y'all don't want to listen. All right, NGN, that was from earlier. Wait a minute, these were from earlier today. I'm just repeating them. I don't know why. But shout out to Abel. He says, my dear coach, he says, I want men to get down on their knees and thank God for feminism. He says, you are finally free, gentlemen. He says, when are you going to get your heads out of your butts and understand that? Thank God for feminism. Only stupid men are ungrateful. He says, don't forget that. You big dummies. Shout out to Abel, letting you guys have it right here.
You big dummy.
Feminism freed men. I mean, only when you find out, you just got to find out. Feminism freed men. There's still some traps, but a lot of dudes really trying to go get locked down on the plantation. A lot of men want to be on a plantation. All right, right now, feminism gave men major advantages like passport, bro. Like you can just go. Tricking. JUCO. Right? Major things. You don't have to get married to have sex. You can stay monk mode. Like, you know, it is a fantastic thing. Shout out to our brother Johnny. Who's Johnny? Ramos is in the building. He says, what's up, coach? I'm falling behind on my paying of tuition and dues to my favorite African-American out here, man.
Look at my African-American.
On Al Gore's internet.
Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about?
And that's a co-sponsorship.
I'm rich, bitch.
Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. We got Corey. He says, Yob Mob is in the building. Shout out to you, Yob Mob. We in here.
New world order.
We at work, bitch. And Preston says, if emotional grape is a thing, what about emotional robbery? When they lead dudes on for freebies. Well, yeah, again, we always tell you, manipulation on woman's side is fair. Manipulation on man's side is a crime. All right, you going to jail. That's how it is, man. I'm surprised I don't have a jail bar sound effect. But yeah, emotional robbery, yeah, it doesn't work the same. All right, it don't work the same at all. 100%. All right, I think I got everybody. I did. So let's get into the first part of the video. What are we showing up first? This could all be Doom and Gloom CGA. All right, so that's what we'll do. We'll do this as Doom and Gloom CGA. Doom and Gloom CGA. Brought to you by the
New world order.
All right, Doom and Gloom CGA here. I guess we can put this as Doom and Gloom, but, you know, I don't have that many videos for the evening service. I try to keep it lazy. All right, but check this out right here. We've all been down bad. I've been down bad and have to do this as well, but you have to question what's going on here. We have a young woman that's put out a video on the gram, and this travel mom is right here. And there you go right there. You see her with a young black boy right there. You see him. And there you see her with some little frilly short number there and some long leggies. And this says right here, how we shower as a single mother living in a car. All right, man. All right, this kid has no chance. All right, this is not going to end well for the child, but let's figure out what's going on here.
What it's like to take a 3-minute shower as a single mother living in a car. So I start by getting our shower bag ready. I decided to pay for a campground for a few days to utilize their shower, and after I got everything ready, Kareem and I walked straight to the restroom. This is our 3rd time ever staying at a campground and using a shower, so I honestly don't really know what to expect. I mean, 3 minutes for 50 cents seems like not that much time, but the restrooms were really clean and there was a place to put all of your belongings. Kareem helps me put the coins in and the water comes out abruptly. And honestly, it was pretty hot and the water pressure was great. I actually ended up staying there for 9 minutes. I gave it a 10 out of 10 and I definitely shower at a campground again. This is what it's like to take a 3-minute shower as a single mother living in a car.
All right. So, I mean, listen, this for some reason, I'm going to read some comments. Apparently she got a good, she got a good finger waggle. All right. She could have got a good finger too, which didn't like that, but she got a good finger waggle here by the comment section, and rightly so. No single mother should have custody of a kid when she's living in her car. All right, I'm just telling you. All right, that should not be. All right, your son should not be living there. In fact, I'm pretty sure, as this woman says right here, please be careful. Oh, please be careful? How about no? Please be careful saying you live in your car with a child. CPS will take your child for being homeless. In fact, this is true. You can't be homeless with a child. They're going to take the kid. All right, so anybody that already gonna call this misogyny, all right, if you're homeless living with a child, they're gonna be like, you're incapable of doing the bare minimum for your child, and now you're on Al Gore's internet bragging about it, not bragging about it, but making Instagram content about it, and this child can perhaps be in a better place. How about number one, with the father? Why is the child not with the father? All right. Oh, he ain't shit and he was abusive. All right. Yes. And this person says, and it sounds like maybe it's a woman, we really need to start giving custody to fathers by force if necessary. Poor little guy. Yes. So this seems to be a video post that has gone viral, and people have chimed in to ratio it. And rightly so. They're providing the right information. And I agree. Father gets custody by choice. He don't get a fucking choice. All right, you go to jail, nigga, if you don't take the kid. Like, if you live with your mama's house and she lives in her car, if you don't take the kid, you going to jail. I mean, we need to start arresting these goddamn parents. All right, that's some particular point. And even this woman says, girl, go get, all right, you see this English here, go get a job and a place to live. Your child needs that. All right, and then here's this woman. This woman seems to always be here. She must be a troll. And it says right here, by the looks of it in the comments, it looks like the judgmental individuals need to help her and shut up. What? They're supposed to give her money. So, you know, that woman definitely looks like a bot. I've seen her picture quite a bit on bot comments. But yeah, absolutely, man. All right, absolutely. Fathers need to have custody. I'm pretty sure if you finally set her down and ask her a couple of hard questions, you're going to realize she took the kid away from the father. All right. The father's not dead. The father she never married the man. She's probably running from the guy. Right. And she's probably running from the guy and homeless in the process. Now, I'm making a lot of judgments here based on information I don't know, but knowing these biatches, all right, this is the shit that they do. And then claim to be powerful, good mothers. All right, so this is the sad reality that a lot of young boys, a lot of you young boys got taken away from your father, and your mother put you in the absolute most worst conditions possible. She could have put you in a better position and she didn't. All right, and your father was in a better position and she fought it. And I've been a victim of that as well. All right, even with my children, where she put herself in a worse position. I was in a better position. And then she fought me to try to get herself in a better position instead of putting the kids in the best position. The kids were on their way to doing well, and she decided, nah, fuck that. All right, we gon' ruin you to try to make this nigga help me. All right. And as I say, they hate the father more than they love the kids, and they'll destroy the kids trying to get back at the father. And this is another prime example because, listen, I don't know much about this mother. All right, but I know that this is not the best situation to put your kid in. All right, this should be automatically, critically panned as horrible, shitty behavior. All right, of a mother. This is not a fit mother. This woman is not fit to be the mother of this young boy. Okay, somebody else, grandmother, father. It start with the father first. By force, put the father with the kid. Then, and if that nigga don't want to do it, there's got to be another parent to put this kid in. This kid needs to be probably, then these are the people that cry about institutional racism. All right, white supremacy. All right, and look at the start that you're giving your kid. Kids should be in pre-K at least, or he overgrown. I can't tell. Certainly, probably can't tie a shoe, and probably has some learning disabilities. Definitely have some learning disabilities. But our world lets women do this without arresting these bitches. All right, I'm for real. They let them do this without arresting these bitches and throwing them in jail. All right. Oh, well, she just going through a tough time. She was in an abusive relationship. Yeah, shut the fuck up. All right, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Yeah, if this dude, somebody said if this was a man, he wouldn't even be able to do this. Let alone if he posted it, they would arrest this ninja on the spot. And certainly take the kid. Unbelievable. And then using the kid as views. Just trash. Absolute trash. All right. And then the white man and the institutional racism. All right. Absolute trash mother. Trash ass mother. And no, don't help her. Don't help her. Absolutely not. She deserves no help. She need to go get a fucking job. She's an able-bodied individual. Go get a job instead of taking your kid away from the father, running from state to state, campground to campground. Do me a favor, hit the like button, punch that like button, because you get some great news here. All right, so what do we got here? We got the next one on Doom and Gloom. Another one. Here's another one, guys. So we got another one, single mother. All right, this is them. Hey, ladies, this is why, again, nobody cares about single mothers, man, because what I tell you is single mothers a choice. They literally make a choice to be to not listen to a man. That's essentially what the choice is. All right, I ain't going to listen to him. He ain't going to hold me accountable. So what do? They take the kids away. And then you got to go fight for partial custody. So we got another one. Single motherhood is a choice every single time. And here's another one right here. Here she is right here. Here's some tips and advice for what? Advice to, it looks like, I can't tell what that says. It's a glare. Advice to a single mom. I guess that's what that says. From a single mom of 2 of 5 years. Ma'am, I'm telling you, bro. These people are despicable. First of all, you're not a single mother. I've seen the video. You're not a single mom. Okay? Because people have asked about where the father is, and I'm just giving you a precursor. The father is in the child's life. The father has probably 50-50 custody. That would make you not a single mom. Now, you're single in relationship status, and you are indeed a half a mama, but you are a partial parent. You are a co-parent. A single mom is like that bitch that was in this one. All right, this is a single mom. You're a divorcee co-parent. Get it right. All right, so let's see what we got here. Here's some advice to a single mom from an alleged single mom.
If someone who just became a single mom. What's up? My name is Sadie. I'm a single mom of 2, and I've been in this boat for 5 years. Here's part 1 of some tips that I think are important. Starting off strong with one of the most important tips I can give you is to find your tribe. Now, I know this is a lot easier said than done, especially as a single mom. You are busy, you have kids. It is so true when they say it takes a village to raise a child. A lot of us don't have that village in our families, but you can have that village with your friends. So find your tribe. Next, I would say to realize that you have a motherhood hat that you wear, but you are not just a mother. You wear many hats, and it's really important that you pour into yourself and you pour into the other hats that you wear, like your hobbies, your other loved ones, your friends. Don't lose yourself in motherhood. Next is to move your body. My fitness journey definitely got me out of a dark place, and there's so many benefits to moving your body, even if that's just putting your baby in the stroller and going for a walk. Move your body, ma'am. The next one may ruffle some feathers, but custody agreements are not the enemy. They are your friend. Our custody agreement has helped eliminate so many arguments, so don't be so against them. And last but certainly not least, you are still allowed and deserve to have a love life, sis. Let me know if y'all want part 2. Love you, bye.
I don't want part two. All right. I don't want part two. All right. This is unnecessary. This is her using her kids for clout and her trying to look like super mom when you got half custody at best. All right. You mentioned the custody agreement. You're acting like you're doing all this work, but I guarantee you on the week you don't have them kids, it'd be quiet as a shit in that house. And you be ordering Uber Eats. Don't act like you super mom. All right. All right. So somebody asks right here. All right. Where's dad? Great question. Here we go right here. She says, in their life, but not mine. See, bitter. See, that right there, let me know. That right there, it lets you know that she's not a single mama. She a baby mama terrorist. And, nope. And you know what else let me know? The custody agreement. I guarantee you they paid $30,000 for it and fought. He fought for that custody agreement. Listen to me. He fought for that custody agreement. He had to pay for that. All right, because you probably didn't want to give him the custody. I guarantee you. And lady, if you watching me, come on here and rebuke me. All right, because we'll pull it up. It's public record. All right, so we'll pull the motherfucker up. See this right here? That's the response. Where's dad? All right, because everybody should be asking that. Where's dad? That is the basic model of raising kids. And we got 2 black women that can't even pull it off. They can't even pull off the basic, but they want to give advice on the internet. Not only that, you fought them for custody. It's apparent. That's why you got a custody agreement. All right. You didn't give them the custody agreement. The judge forced it on your ass. All right. But here it is. This tells you she a bitter baby mama terrorist. Where's dad? Simple. In their life, but not mine. Yeah. That's crazy. I.e. the custody agreement I mentioned. All right, as long as he's in their lives, he says, I am in the same boat as you. That's why I was wondering. And then, look, another bitter baby mama. I love this response. You see? Look, clock it, because that question was so irrelevant. Brothers, good luck out here. Good luck out here. How is that question irrelevant? She literally mentioned single mom. Listen, good luck with these ladies out here, bro. They do not want to listen. They are literally going to drive a wedge between you and your kids. It's a completely relevant question. You said you were a single mom. Where's dad at? Bitch, the kids, you didn't start off as a single mom. Where's the dad at? You mentioned custody agreement. Where's the dad? These bitter broads, man, I tell you, bitter as fuck. Look at them. Yeah, you go, girl. You tell him. That question was so irrelevant. No, it wasn't. Very vital. But you got a page full of bitter baby mamas out here, and they don't want to hear it. All right, they don't want to hear it. They just want to be super mama. Hey, let me just tell you, mom, you're a half a mama. All right, and nothing will bug a woman more than me telling you you a half a mama. You ain't even a full-time mama. Yeah, super mom. Yeah, with the dino chicken nuggets and all the goddamn Walmart, Costco food. You ain't even a full-time mom. You a half a mom. How's that for bitter baby mama? You ain't even a full bitter baby mama. You a half a bitter baby mama. On your off time, you function as a normie single adult. All right, that's what you doing. All right, what the hell? All right, why they so bitter at me? I'm telling you, man, these women hate, man. This is, by the way, misandry. What you're witnessing right here. What you're witnessing right here is misandry. Where they could just literally like, I'm going to take him and raise him and put him in the worst condition. Misandry number 1, misandry number 2, right here. All right, I'm a half a mama, and I'm going to show you how to be a great part-time mother. Part-time mother. Hey, let me put it on the big screen. You're a part-time mother. You a part-time mama. You ain't even a full-time mama. You ain't even a 3/4 ass mama. You a part-time mom. Yo, hey, as a mom is your side hustle, bitch. All right. As a mom, yo mama, hey, as a mom, you work a side hustle as a mother. Because I'm sure on 15 days out of the week, out of the month, you ain't even in the picture. You a part-time mother. Yep, you 50% mom, 100% baby mama terrorist. Shout out to Scope. 50% mom, 100% baby mama terrorist. Yo, these bitches, man. Yo, man, but I can see right through your bullshit, ma'am. All right, trying to come out here and parade like you super mama making chicken nuggets and plates and shit. All right, guess what you're going to do on Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays? You're going to be at home by yourself. You're going to be fornicating. That's what you're going to be doing. These part-time mamas is diabolical. All right, anyway, what's the next one? All right, we'll do that later. Doom and Gloom CGA. These people, man. Hey, man, I take no shorts, no losses with these people, man. Don't let them fool you out here. Look at me as a part-time mother. Oh, man, and wait till your kids are adults. You ain't a mom. I mean, you just a mom. You ain't even a mommy. Your kids are adult. I'm a single mom. Your kid's an adult. I heard somebody say that. It was like, I'm a single mom. How old is your kids? 19. Ma'am, you're not even a mom at this particular point. All you are is maternal. That's it. You're the mother. That's who the fuck you are. You're not a mom no more. How you a single mom? You ain't got no goddamn kids that are minors. I'm looking at these bitch. I'm like, bitch, is you crazy? You ain't no single mama. You ain't got no damn minor children. The fuck? What's wrong with these jackass idiots, man? This is terrible, bruh. You literally a mother. You just going a mother. You're no longer a mom or a single mom. These people are crazy, man. Why do I gotta slap these people up? You're a mom of an emerging adult. You can no longer say you're a single mom. I swear, man, I be looking at people like, man, are these people dumb?
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
These people can't be this dumb. I'm like, do you think I'm dumb? I mean, what? You think I missed that shit? I saw what you said. I caught it. Shout out to our brother, the Anastasia boss in New York. Ladies, please don't be a homeless single mammy. Absolutely reprehensible and downright diabolic. Independent thinker in normie clothing. Shout out to you. That's interesting. Independent thinker in normie clothing. I get it. I see what you did there. All right. Anyway. All right. Shout out to you. All right. What's coming up next? We have It's an Evil World We Live In. Here we go.
It's an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world we live in. All right, so let's start right here. We have this story right here. Speaking of marriage, this is a woman that said she married someone she didn't love. Take a look at this, guys. Here it is right here. Where's my sound effect? All right, I don't know where it is. It's been a while.
Hey, look at this.
Hey, look at this. All right, I don't know what this is from, but take a look. It says, I married someone I didn't love, hoping to forget my first love. Gentlemen, it's an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world we live in.
Y'all won't listen to me, man. There's some people with some bad intentions out here, and they just want a wedding. They don't want a marriage. And you get caught up in this one because you be listening to motherfucking the Force MDs. Here I lay all alone, tossing, turning, yearning for some of your tender love. I've waited all my life. All right, y'all niggas be all the tender love you're giving to me. Tender love. Y'all be love so tender, holding me close to you. Baby, I surrender. Candles, they light the dark. All right. Man, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? That's what we're going to do. It's evening service, y'all. It's evening service. We're going to do it right now. Because we got time, just to let you guys know. We got time. It's evening service, y'all. All right, here we go. Laying all alone, tossing, turning. Oh, tell him. Tender love. I'm waiting for the right. Come on. Moment to come. So I can thank you. Come on. All the tender love you're giving to me. Tell him. Tell him. Tender love. Tender love. Love so tender. Come on. Baby, I surrender. What? Not the candles. Not the candles. Now I see hey. Lovely the feelings are. All the tender love you're giving to me. Come on. I want you more and more. Come on. Can't resist you. Feel your touch. Come on, what? Tender love. Loving me straight from the heart. Not the heart. Come on. Please let me be a let's go. Tell him what? Tender love. Come on. Tender love. Love so tender. Tell him. Come on. Ooh, yeah. Come on. Yeah. Is that a Puerto Rican in the movie? That's a Puerto Rican. All right. That's a Puerto Rican in there. All right. Hold up. That's a Puerto Rican chick. All right. That ain't no black woman. All right. Let me see where she at. All right. Look at that Puerto Rican. All right. That's why I like Puerto Ricans. Is that Lisa? All right. All right. All right. Anyway, hey, check it out, man. Check it out. So what happened, gentlemen? See, y'all fall in love with these women and you be out here singing and simping. But look at this. Look at this, gentlemen. This woman posted this. I married someone I didn't love, hoping to forget my first love. And that turned out to be my biggest mistake. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It's an evil world we live in, my G's.
It's an evil world we live in.
It's evil, man. I don't know what to tell you. And check out this. There's apparently comments down here of women admitting to the same crime. Ninja. Wow. I mean.
And that's you.
So here's another woman right here. Beauty never fades. Me too. I hate it because he's a good man and deserves so much more. All right. We got another comment. Story time, sis. Send my prayers. I went back to my ex. Oh, women will let you marry them and rip your heart out of your chest. Yes. This poor dim day ass ninja thought.
And that's you.
Not my girl, coach. We got another one here that agrees. She says, I did that too. Regrets. Sheesh. We got another one here that says, me too. Me too. I did that too. I married the Gump. Coach, man, a simp just gonna come save her. And as I always tell you, bruh, simps, her getting a simp is not a save. Because she's got to lay with that man every night, trying to not give him pussy for the next 30 years. It ain't going to last 2, 3 years, 5 years tops. That she got to play, I can't give you no punani. All right. We got another woman here that she agreed. She said, I did the same thing. It says right here, it's better in time. And another one says, not only you, sis, laughing emoji. Ooh.
It's an evil world we live in.
Ooh, wee. It's cold out here, gentlemen. It's cold out here. Do we have any more women agreeing? This one says it too. Yes. This is why I need to make it work with my ex. Because what? But you think she loved you. Not my girl. She married me, coach. And we had a wonderful wedding. You just mad because you don't have a girl. This one says right here, you were not alone, sis. And same to me, father of kids. You are not alone. Woo-wee. Thank God for social media. Because I used to have to try to tell y'all ninjas they do this. And y'all ninjas wouldn't believe me. Here's another one says, damn, this is why until my heart stops aching. It says right here, then I'll move on. Getting under another is a lie I see. Man, it's diabolical. They cold-blooded, man. I tell you, man, women are cold-blooded. Using him as a healing project. I'm sorry, she says. And look at them day, all right?
And that's you.
That's why I love social media, man. These aren't bots either, man. Oh, these are just bots. All right, this is the NWO programming this. We got another one. How is the brother doing that you left? Is he in good spirits? Let's not forget about him. She says, I don't know. And you know what else? She don't care. All right, she don't care.
Oh, the humanity.
She don't care. And he's left picking up the pieces, probably watching my show, trying to come up with answers. What did I do? What did I do wrong? She said this and I was abusive. What else? All right. It says right here, whenever you break up with an old partner, you have to pray for soul detachment or you will feel nothing for another partner ever. And this man said women. And by the way, this person's acknowledging the deep connection between body count and soul attachment. Right here. It says right here, you will feel nothing for another partner ever. This is why when people try to excuse it, oh, we can still pair bond after getting ran through. Okay, no. You can still pair bond after being an alpha widow. No.
And that's you.
No, you can't. You're using him. All right, listen. I know you think you love him, but you're just using him. Nobody else is going to marry you either, so you already know that. All right. And these are women talking, so I think that's a woman, but it says Hefe, so I think that's a guy. All right, cold world, doesn't it? It's a cold, cold world.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yes, they will let you marry their ass. They will let you marry them, but they don't really love you. Hey, men are in love, women are in business, as once one wise man named CGA said. Men are in love, women are in business. That's CGA quoted if you first time you heard it. Quote your boy CGA. These are the rude awakenings that I always talk about, and everybody's like, I don't understand why you're talking like this. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's cold, ain't it? All right, but they revealing themselves, man. They revealing it, man. Thank God for social media. People want social media to go away. Well, you know, me, I don't. All right, this woman says, it's an evil world we live in. Polygamy benefits women more than it does men. Woo, wait. Polygamy benefits women more than it does men. All right, let's hear what this Sista has to say.
Polygamy came as a gift to the woman. It is the woman who benefits from polygamy, but we've lost track of the understanding of that because it's been presented backwards. that it was something for men. Think about it. What does a man gain by having more than one wife? Seriously, we know that the man is 100% financially responsibility. You know, he's got to cover everything, right? You ever tried to take care of one wife? Man, to try to afford 2 or 3 or 4 and still be just between them, this would not be an easy matter. And remember that little issue of just? It's hard to be just with one wife. And you want to multiply that? The issue of polygamy was designed to meet the needs of the woman. It is the abuse of polygamy that has led to the problems. It is the misunderstanding of polygamy that has led to the problems. Polygamy came as a gift to the woman.
All right, so this sounds like a feminist Muslim. All right, so she's trying to be like, hell the patriarchy, abuse polygamy. All right, but I see what she's saying. She does have a point. She does have a point. And it does sound like a massive headache. And she's right. Trying to be just right and exact with one woman. Now multiply that by 2 and 3. Does sound like a headache. I am not against what she's saying. All right, but that definitely does add up. And then she was like, how does it benefit him? Having wives to take care of. And then he's going to get some sex on the side. Now he's got to schedule sex and make sure 2 or 3 wives give him sex. All right. So, you know, I get what she's saying there. I don't know if it was a gift to the wife, but I see that the wife would be more it would benefit the wife, the women, meaning that they can raise the kids. All right. And the man can support, and they can even have help raising their kids. They can actually split up roles and responsibilities, and that would have way more benefit to the women. Excuse me. That would have way more benefit to the women. Like they would have throughout their day, they would get way more benefits than the guy. Now even in most polygamous relationships, it is not this whole idea that all the women are sleeping in the same bed. Plus, you got to find a way to house 3 women and multiple kids. You're multiplying kids by 3. 3 kids, then 6 kids, then 9 kids. Then they got all kind of beasts between each other. I mean, they have a show called Sister Wives that show it. It is not pretty. So people are saying concubines, and that's where the benefit is, concubines. So if I have a woman over there, a woman over there, a woman over there, that's way more beneficial. Okay. All right. Way more beneficial than it is to have 3 wives. All right. So, yeah. And of course, you know, the people, the Hebrew Israelites or whoever are pushing for polygamy, they might disagree. But it's never was meant to be like this whole thing where you're having orgies and trains and all that. You can have that outside of the marriage. So it's interesting. Interesting. It does sound crazy, though. And so I tend to agree with her. I tend to agree with her that polygamy most of the time will benefit the women more than it benefits the men. That's a headache. All right. I don't know if I can't have multiple wives all in one damn house talking to me and shit. All right. Shout out to you. Yeah. Haha. He says you will always get got out here, man.
Gotcha, bitch.
I remember this dating coach. He says he features Austin Dunham's. Shout out to Austin Dunham. He featured Austin Dunham one time and was talking about how he found the one and how men keep complaining instead of vetting properly. I think that's what you meant. Now his ass got vended. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what that means. All right, but what is vending? Vending? Is there vetting or vending? I'm not sure what it is, but now his ass got vending. All right, but is that you're saying this dating coach, the dating coach that we're going to show you. So he was with Austin Dunham and he was talking about how men keep complaining, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to listen to what he's going to say about this in the main event coming up next. What is vending? Well, let me see what that means. Maybe I'm not vending machine. He should vending. Anybody know what that means? Let me get the definition of vending.
What that mean?
All right. You okay, brother? Brother, you okay? Oh, vending. He said that's what he means. Vending. Oh, venting. I think you meant venting. Venting. Huh? Maybe. I don't even know what that is. I don't know, man. Huh?
What that mean?
Do you mean vetting or venting? Venting. Okay, there it is. Venting with a D. I think it's venting. All right, so he says right here how men kept complaining instead of venting properly. Maybe that's not what he means. I'm not sure. Now he's the, okay, I don't know. Vindicated? Oh, you says I made a mistake. You meant venting. Okay, there you go right here. Okay, that's what you meant, venting. All right, instead of venting. I got you right there. So it looks like they're complaining. I got it. Thank you, man. And we got our brother Key himself. I met a lawyer in DC who told me that he has clients who are preparing to leave their husbands 2 to 4 years from now. They're gathering all the paperwork so he will have no defense. You don't miss, coach. Shout out to you, Key himself, man. Shout out to you, brother, for being here this long. But listen, he said he met a lawyer in DC. The wives are already plotting to leave him. Guys, women do anything but leave. I'm just letting you know, man. And this is what the difficulty. It's hard to talk to men because they're like, not me, coach. My wife is still here. She still fucks me. She still takes care of the kids. She still kisses me. She still cuddles up under me. Dude, I'ma just let you know. I seen wives do that and the next day process served the shit out of their husband. And they were doing that and the husband did not see it coming. I trained a guy that happened to. I trained a guy. I never tell you who it was, but I remember he had a wife. And one day he was like, oh, my wife wants to come do some training sessions. I trained him for a couple of years. And then she was like, my wife wants to do a couple training sessions. She came in and she was not like my type of client. She was a well heavily made up. Like she was going to do nothing. I would have been her psychologist more than trainer. Like she wasn't into fitness like that. She was into looking cute. She was tightly packed. Like she wasn't trying to sweat or nothing. And but she was a good looking woman. And literally, that ninja came in one day and said, I got blindsided. Women do everything but leave. This is the one thing that you guys got to really, really, really figure out what I'm telling you. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. It's happened to me. I've counseled many men in this thing that I do. And I know you guys, you think your girl loves you. But I've seen women do things, diabolical shit like that. And everybody's on board. The neighbors know. The parent-in-laws know. All of their family, brothers and sisters know. The marriage therapist know. Her lawyer knows. Okay, the neighbors know because they on lookout. The neighbors on lookout in case you go crazy. All right, look out. I'm about to drop the bomb on that ninja. And then when you outside breaking furniture, they're going to be like, he out there and she going to be recording you. And they going to have a motherfucking, they going to have an intervention. Groups of people funneling kids out the back door. They going to have her with a backpack. Her sister knows. They be thought and plotting, my G. They thought and plotting. The dog knows. They done packed up the dog snacks. And they drop the bomb and leave your ass there with a note and a process server or a sheriff locked outside of your house. The sheriff knows before your ass knows. Yep, the pastor knows. Everybody knows, bruh. Except your motherfucking ass. I've seen it. And it is crazy. You like, damn, blindsided. Her personal trainer knows. Her personal trainer knows. Her personal trainer knows. I'm going to do it tonight. It's tonight. Personal trainer knows. And then, boom, he come in shell-shocked. Ninja the next day walking in like a zombie. And set his ass up 6 months prior to a year. Yep, the nanny, the daycare person knows. Sometimes the school knows. And you just be like, shit. It's evil, man. But look, my thing is for the women, okay, they do everything but leave. They don't just be like, all right, maybe I'm the problem. Let me just fucking leave. All right, I'm leaving you and walk out the door. You know what I mean? With the shirt on their back. They're going to make sure they got the forks, the knives, the spoons, the blender, the toaster. All right, the whole goddamn kitchen, the pots and the pans. They're going to make sure they get the dining room table, the couch, all right, the TV. They're going to make sure they get access to the property, everything on the goddamn patio, the bikes, the computers. She going to make sure she getting all that. The motherfucking bed frame, the kid twin bed furniture. No, she ain't leaving, bruh. She ain't leaving empty-handed. Yep, her Pookie knows the boyfriend that's in her life because she fucking somebody else. By this point, she's already fucking somebody else. By this point, she already fucking somebody else. All right, so the boyfriend knows. The boyfriend knows. All right, because she going to call his ass up if you come over to the house. He's here. Who the fuck you talking to? Don't worry about it. Yeah. Yep. Seen that shit, bruh. I lived that. I lived it. I seen it. I heard it. It is cold how they will do your ass. It is like cold-blooded. All right. Key himself said, I met that lawyer. It said they're preparing for the wives to leave their husbands in 2 to 4 years. And they will sit up under you. They will suck your dick and file for divorce on you the same day. Next day. Yep. And you like, baby, we just made love. All's fair in love and war. Shout out to Loud Pocket says, you're such a good man. All right, there it is, the good man. Nice guys finish last. All right, nice guys finish last, but they finish best. Shout out to Robert Wilcox. He says, Big Love TV series is about polygamy. Yeah, I think I said Sister Wives, but I think it was Big Love. Or maybe there were 2 separate shows. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. All right, shout out to Scope said, Coach, heard someone say men are in love, women are in transaction. Was it Myron? He said, you can't make this shit up. They will do anything but give me credit. Mitch has never won a quote CGA. For real. They do everything but give me goddamn credit.
Acknowledge me.
Because what they're hoping is, he doesn't have a big audience. Like, I don't have 1 million subs. So they're like, nobody's going to know it came from him. That's basically what they're doing. They're playing the game of, not everybody knows who he is. And plus, they only think I have this channel. So they're kind of mistaken there. Macaroni Tony, he says, you got that pitch and tone. Sounds like you did at Cal Polytech homecoming show when you did the cover to Ready for the World. Oh, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. With my Jerry curl. No government name DW. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Man, I mean, I know I don't like to have people just be on guard and just, I'm just trying to prepare. All right. All right. I'm just trying to prepare men for the inevitable for most people statistically. Even this dating coach is going to admit that. Everybody has to admit that when you're in this position, you're vulnerable. When you're in this position, you're vulnerable. So that's what's happening. Shout out to Jones G. When I lived in Bahrain, my landlord had several wives. He told me it is a headache and to only do it if you wish to die early. That's polygamy. It's a headache and only do it if you wish to die early. Wow. So we talk about polygamy all the time. And much of our polygamous goals are aimed towards getting sex and having access to multiple women. But if you even look at polygamists, most of their wives are not attractive. All right. So it ain't like you got 4 hotties, 4 baddies living up under you. You got 4 subpar women, especially with the Mormons. Shout out to you. He's like, he said, it ain't worth it. Dude, you know what it is? The free agent lifestyle is it to me. I mean, get it. The JUCO is undefeated. The JUCO is litty and the free agent lifestyle is undefeated. There ain't no better situation. I don't want polygamy. I don't want it. I'll have concubines. I'll do that shit all day. But nah, fuck all that. I don't need no more marriage. I don't need no polygamy, no polygyny. I don't need none of that shit. All right. I need women to go the fuck where they need to go somewhere else. And when I don't want to deal with them no more. Go back to your house. Come back over when I need you. That's it. It's cold out here, but ninjas be out here chasing the pipe dream. I want a pimp stable. I want, no, you don't, man. Just leave it alone. Just enjoy your life. All right, shout out to our brother Maryland guy says, in the spirit of the show, let's hear 3 good things about women. Well, I can't do it on command because once you do it in command, then it doesn't count. It don't hit the same. I got to surprise people with it. The element of surprise, especially for the new people who haven't heard it yet. All right, but I'll take concubines all day long. And we got a couple more black. Man, hold up for a second. We got our brother John, number 1. John the First says, Coach, funny thing is most Christians don't know that polygamy is actually allowed and regulated in the Bible. Old Testament anyway, Exodus 21, verse 10, Deuteronomy 21, verse 15 to 17. I was talking to a fine female Afghani friend of mine and had to explain monogamy is not natural. Dude, yeah, I don't even want to get into it. But I heard a great guy. Damn. I can't even remember. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna come back to that thought. But yes. I know people are gonna say, but it's the Old Testament, it don't count. So that's what they're gonna say. And which is funny because I'm like, okay, if the Old Testament don't count, why are we reading it? All right. But why is it in the book if it don't count? Well, that's what they did in the Old Testament, but I digress. But monogamy, that's the point I was going to make, R-Dub. Monogamy is fairly new concept. It is fairly new in the history of civilization itself. It is brand new, and we're but it is still hundreds of years old. A little bit of kind of a couple thousand years old. In relative to civilization, it's new. But we don't have a great construct of history, especially in America. Our history really starts at like the 1600s, and even that's a stretch. And for America, because much of the American history before 1600, really 1500, has been wiped out, so it don't count. All we have is Pilgrims and Thanksgiving and Indians, and then the country started to get organized. All right, but I was managed to be in several countries that have histories that go way beyond that, and it is quite amazing that much of their history precedes the New Testament. And when you walk in the steps of this, it gives you a reality check of how new the New Testament is. It's fairly new. Much of the concepts are new. Much of what they dictate in order is new. Even the life of Christ himself is a new concept in civilization. So as a result, people don't realize how these things are new, and we're trying to still figure them out and trying to make it so that it works, and it really doesn't work. It hasn't worked at all, especially in the last 50 years. Monogamy has been very unsuccessful. And it's just new. All the things we do are new, and we're trying to force it and make it happen. So when you tell people monogamy is not natural, the normies glitch. Like people that don't watch YouTube and certainly don't watch Manosphere and Red Pill, they hear like monogamy's new or unnatural, and they just like, huh? What? They're literally flabbergasted. They're like, huh? What do you mean? It's not natural. Oh, that's just an excuse. You just a whoremonger. Like to them, it's as old as time. But it is fairly new, and we're trying to attempt to do it, and it really sucks now. Because we have an open global world and an open sexual marketplace and so forth and so on. But yeah, it is a new concept. People don't understand that. Let's see here. The New Testament order. Right here.
New world order.
Shout out to Black Man in the Suburbs. I met a woman who told me how she strategically left her husband and got her 2 kids' college paid for. She also still receives money from him, even though they've been divorced for 10 years, and she has another boyfriend. Ooh, wait, yo, it's cold.
It's
and
an
guess
evil
what?
world we live
And guess
in.
what? Guess what? She probably laughing about it. I got him I made him pay for the college, and then I divorced him and got lifetime alimony. I live with my boyfriend. We lived together for 5 years. I'm telling you, man. It is something else. And they literally will think, dude, that's a crime. What that is a crime to me. But when they do it, they don't think it's a crime. They're like, whatever. They don't feel for you, man. All right, Black Man in the Suburbs, her daughters are currently backpacking across Europe. You know what that means? And she's proud of how free they become, unlike her. Yep, so there's the instructions.
Trying.
There's the instructions. So she's telling the daughter, just like that Nana earlier today, don't get married, go live free, go travel the world, live life, and then go find a simp. All right, she's like, then come settle down.
And that's you.
Find a simp. This is why I'm arming you guys with so much detail and facts. Man, you guys need to appreciate me better. Franchise says, facts, coach. My ex-wife was a lawyer and cheated on me with the guy that was sleeping in his car. Then gaslighted me saying it was because of my female clients. All men pay. It's because you were training female clients or you were working with female clients. You pushed them into his arms. You pushed her into his arms. That's what happened. You pushed her into his arms. And she made that choice. I'm pretty sure she's probably not doing very well. And this is the great thing about our space, because we can tell each other these stories and we're like, damn, it happened to you too. Gabriel returns to Eden, my dear coach. Keep playing those 80s and 90s sucker songs. He says, I got a one called, he says, I'm going to call you a slave catcher, bringing back your catches back to the plantation, LOL. By the way, my grandfather knew slave catchers working in Canada. Damn, your grandpa, wow. Slave catchers, man almighty. Yeah, and slavery's not that, not that old. It's in relative history, it's relatively recent that was going on. I know people don't want to think that, but y'all. The Black American has not been free for very long in this country. And people tell you to forget it. Oh, forget it. It was old. I don't agree. I think people should forget it in terms of moving on, because you could choose to get out of that life. You just have to leave the city. All right, because that's where they wrangle niggers. But slaving in America is not that long ago. All right, because I want you to do it like this. This is some drunk history with CGA, and then we'll move on so we don't make the white people uncomfortable. The white people. 1863 was the alleged end of slavery. 1863, then there was a point of Reconstruction going from 63 to the 1880s into the Industrial Revolution, which was the 1900s, right? So most of us were born in the 1900s, okay? Most of us were born in the 1975 for me, 1983, 1990. Many of us were born in the 90s. So really, it was only a couple of decades into the 1900s. A couple of decades. Now, the 1900s don't seem that far, does it? I know young people don't answer this. Young people, you were born in the 2000s, you don't count. If you were born in the 1900s, if I tell you something happened, for example, the Titanic. The Titanic sunk in 1912, 1913. If I said World War I, 1920. If I said the Great Depression, late 1920s. If I said World War II, that is 1940. That's relatively new history. If I said the last time the Detroit Lions were in the playoffs, or won the Super Bowl or the World Championship, 1950, that's literally relatively, it's a long time ago now, but that's relative new history. So with that being said, you're talking about several decades from the 1900s. And then when you include Jim Crow and then mass incarceration, jailing black men for no reason at all, lynchings. I mean, this is relatively, absolutely recent history. Okay. It wasn't that long ago. It literally technically wasn't that long ago. So, I mean, we still reference shit way before that. You know, it's when you think about the people thinking how free you are and how you got to, dude, you niggas has barely been free. And I'm going to tell you, man, I was born in the 70s. Dude, in the 80s, people that were in their 40s and 50s was still scared of the Ku Klux Klan. Like terrified. This is in early 80s, like 79, 80, 81. Let me tell you a story. Look. Because you think, oh, the 80s were, you know, the difference between the 50s and the 80s, the 60s and the 80s, you're like, why would they be scared? There were people in the 1980s like this. Better get inside. Because the Ku Klux Klan can come out here and they could come on their horses and they hooded seats and like they was still like shook. Shook. This is 1981. Shooketh. People woke up like, hush up, boy. Hush up. Get inside. Get inside, boy. You better be quiet. Hush your mouth. Because the Ku Klux Klan could come around here anytime and they'll come put a cross on your lawn and burn up your house. Like, this is like the 80s, ninja. Like 82, 84, 86, 88. They was shook. Because literally like 20 years before, shit was burning to the fucking ground. Like that's how recent shit is. Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like that's how people look. Y'all think shit was, oh, that was a long time ago. No, it wasn't. There was people shook in the 80s on the KKK. Like they was gonna get together on their horse and shit. You know what I mean? And they was still doing marches. So that wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. Anyway. You boy doing around here. And don't let the motherfucking Sheriff Gillespie pull your ass over in Mississippi. Sheriff Bill Gillespie pull your ass over. Cooked. As a matter of fact, the 1980s brought us the Dukes of Hazzard, which Roscoe Pico train and Boss Hogg, and they had a Confederate flag on the car. Like, that was the 80s. The South shall rise again. No niggers on the entire show. Then you had In the Heat of the Night in motherfucking Greenville, Mississippi. That was like the 80s, early 90s. Like, shit was not that motherfucking... Don't let Sheriff and Roscoe Pico train pull your ass over. You was cooked. They would just throw your ass in the river. He dead, nigger dead. That nigger showed that uppity nigger something that he won't never remember. He'll never forget. Nope. That was the 80s. So don't think shit was mad long ago. When it's just like, that was a long time ago. We need to forget about it. No. Anyway. Oh, boy. Anyway. Yep, Bubba in there. All right, enough about that shit. Let's get to the main event. It's time. Did I have one more super chat? I did. D from Cali says, my ex had her TO serve me restraining order papers, and I had no idea, completely blindsided. Had to fight for my daughter. It was a 2-year battle, but I finally got back to 50-50 physical and legal custody, and now my ex is trying to spin the block. Nope, man, forget about her. Forget about her. Let her drown. Let her drown. Okay? Don't ever think, nope, you can't come back. Get out of here. Made you fight. And now she losing. Now she wants you back. I want you back. Ass bitch. Main event. Don't get married, says this dating coach. And the reason why I call him a dating coach is because it's hard to classify what he is. If I said personal trainer, it wouldn't account it. If I said fitness coach, it wouldn't account it. But you guys know him as How to Beast. And yes, he's giving out certain type of advice. He's fallen in the lane of dating coach and strategies and cold approach and pickup. He is now since married, but he's been on YouTube for a long time. He's got over 1 million subscribers. Like I said earlier, I used to watch him a few years ago. And there's some things that I will bring into the conversation related to this. But when you see some of his content, it will border on dating coach. It will enter into some Manosphere talking points. And but he'll bring it back because he wants to kind of sell you on, don't be afraid, cold approach. Just get your body up, get some abs and you'll get the hose. Okay, so How to Beast is the channel we're going to talk about. Fair use to his video. He has an interesting video out that was put out 12 days ago. And it is nearly all married men told me not to get married. So this is going to be interesting. This is Chad, rich YouTube Chad. And he has a wife that, many people would consider like a fitness babe. I think she dabbled in OnlyFans or considered dabbling in OnlyFans. So I do need to make that clear. One of the videos I've seen years ago was her considering opening an OnlyFans account allegedly based on the recommendations of some of her friends that were doing OnlyFans. All right. So we gotta qualify that. And this does fall in line of what I talked to you about the modern woman and their idea of relationships and partnerships, and even been in a marriage and a relationship considering OnlyFans. I mean, this is where we're going with it. But of course, Chad over here he got the bitches in masculine frame. All right, so he's going to tell you what's up. All right, you can research him if you want, but I just have to set up that he's more a dating coach. He's not a pickup artist, but he still kind of has those tendencies. All right, self-improvement coach. Yeah, if I would have put self-improvement coach in the title, nobody would have watched. So we got dating coach here. And I don't know his real name, but we'll just say How to Beast. And let's go with the video.
Like if you're watching this video and you're not married, I would probably not recommend.
All right. So you guys see what I was doing. I was in a rush. Normally that's how I watch YouTube, on mega speed. All right. So here we go.
You ever even consider marriage?
All right.
Like if you're watching this video and you're not married, I would probably not recommend you ever even consider marriage, which seems really weird coming from a guy who's happily married. But let me explain.
All right, and so I like the way he produces videos. He produces them in a vlog format, which I love. That's how I started YouTube, doing vlogging. And I definitely do miss it because I love the editing process and putting it together and putting the music. But unfortunately, vlogs don't get a lot of views these days. Unless you just have a major audience or your shit goes through the algorithm. It's a lot of work for a few views. All right, it's a lot of work for a few views. All right, so let's start right here so you can get some context.
To show y'all. 1 second. Thank you, wifey. Thank you for the warmth. Y'all, take a look. Let's get this towel. Take a look at this right here. My baby is how many weeks?
37 weeks.
This means literally any day now she could be popping out. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling ready. I'm ready for this girl to get out of my body.
I know I'm wet, but it's wild, bro. It is fucking wild. By the way, I know some of y'all are thinking 50 degrees is not that cold. For the air temperature, not that cold. For water temperature.
All right, so let me stop you here. Since he does vlog format, he changes subjects. He doesn't just do a clear video like we are used to. So he'll just do a lifestyle vlog video and put some commentary, run his ads, kind of hit your point at the beginning, hit some points in the middle, change environments. You know, it's storytelling. Essentially what he's doing is storytelling, and he's also showing his life and his lifestyle. All right, so here it is right here. He's reacting to this video. Nearly all men tell me not to get married from Regal Change. All right, so this is the video he's reacting to, and this is going to be his sentiment towards that. Let's play the video.
Urged me not to get married.
And it was actually a really good, genuine video. This guy is making the argument that, look, I'd like to start a family and get married, but it just doesn't seem like an intelligent decision anymore. And the main piece of evidence that he gives is actually something I've experienced myself, and you probably have too, where most married guys you speak to, they tell you, hey, if I could give you one piece of advice, it's that you shouldn't get married. Don't do it, bro. And that's really dark if you think about it, because it would seem that most men regret this long-term commitment that they're now stuck in. But I guess it kind of makes sense. The statistics, you know, prove it. About 50% of marriages end in divorce in the United States. The vast majority of those are initiated by women. When a divorce happens, the courts tend to favor the woman. A lot of you probably know men who've lost half of their finances because of this shit. And also, a lot of times when I speak to men who are still married.
Let me stop him right there. So now this is what I've called red pill cherry picking. This is what I've been called Manosphere cherry picking. So do you see what this is? Now, let me tell you, I was talking about that in 2018, 2019, and people were like, where are your statistics? No one believed me. Who was here long enough? Who was here long enough when I would do a show and I would give those statistics, and they would literally in the comments say, where's your statistics? This is not true. Who was here long enough to remember when before I would ever show any videos on my live streams or my videos, people would not believe me when I told you those datas in 2018, in 2019, in 2020. People would be like, that's not true. You're lying. Where's your statistics? Right now, Kevin Samuels took the space to another level, and so he normalized those statistics, and then Pearl did, and Fresh and Fit did. And so now that is a common thing that people know. But when I was doing streaming, this is how things changed. I was telling these datas and people thought I was lying. And I literally had to show charts and show. Shout out to KT King. Like, dude, they would challenge me. They would say, I'm making it up. They would provide, where's the link? Where's your statistics? I used to be like, damn. Now, let me not take credit for it, because there were men before me doing the exact same thing, right? There were men before me, Sandman, Turd-Flinging Monkey, Angry Man. Everybody, the people that was doing it before me was doing the exact same thing. Paul Elam, MRAs, Big John from MGTOW's Freedom. Like, there were people way before me doing it and saying it. And they would be like, who hurt you? So I was doing this. I had to come into this space and make this shit up and not make it up and show the shit and dig for information and do research. And then what happened was, you know, that's why I look at these other people that kind of is new. They basically just took it, swagger jacked it, and then made it common, which we thank them for. We thank them for. Now, this is what I talk about, cherry picking the manosphere. So what they do is they take these datas and go, oh, damn, well, these are real then, obviously, because 80 million people know this now. So we can't hide it anymore. So we have to accept it. Here it is, 2024 into 2025. They cherry picked a common known thing now if everybody's accepted it. And now so much the women have said, well, there's a reason why. There must be a reason why 70% of women initiate divorces. But what they're still doing is saying the manosphere is irrelevant. Oh, no, these red pill guys, these grifters, these alpha podcasters. So they basically cherry pick what they had to deal with in facts and then still minimizing the space. They're just a woman hater. And you see what I mean? This is what I call cherry picking the manosphere. All right, they got to take with the real. They got to take the talking points they like. They got to say men are in love, men are in transaction, women are transaction. They can take my quotes. They can take everything and they can fucking run with it. and they leave it and they make all their Instagram videos. And then guess what? Then they leave us over here demonetized. They leave us over here shadow banned. And then they take it to their audience and say, I guess we got to confront the reality. Because before, when I said the divorce rate was 50%, people would come on my stream and were like, it's really 40%. They would argue over splitting hairs. Now they got to deal with the fact that, okay, all right, it's fucked up. All right, this 50%, we'll go with it. You see what I mean? Yep. And somebody said, this is why we need new talking points. This is exactly why. Because they've now cherry picked what they wanted and they fucking discarded the rest of the space. Fuck them. And you guys are still doing the same talking points and it's hitting less. Because now this guy who's mainstream, he's now taking obvious talking points right off the table and they've cherry picked it. All right, so here we go. All right, so you heard what he said here, the obvious. Well, marriage is tough for men. Women get favor in the courts and blah, blah, blah. Just the cherry picking here. Because the dating coaches wouldn't, remember the game and dating coaches, don't worry about all that. All right, you worried about it. All right, so here we go. And he's going to bring this up, so listen carefully.
They just seem like beaten down, like the energy's been drained out of them. They buy into this. And also, a lot of times when I speak to men who are still married, they just seem like beaten down, like the energy's been drained out of them. They buy into this like happy wife, happy life mindset where they've just taken this subservient role to the woman. And a lot of guys also now feel that girls are not that loyal. Like that's not what's taught as they're growing up, and that's not what they see in social media and Hollywood.
Now, again, I'm not trying to diss this guy. Again, I was one of the persons that said happy wife, happy life is a subservient talking point, is a subservient idea for men. Now, people are just running with that shit. Now, I wasn't the first one to say it, but come on, man. Now they running with it. Oh, happy life. I was like, guys, like, you guys got to remember, before 2019, there wasn't many people doing this and many people with big audiences. I was one of the larger audiences in 2018, 2019. Now, I was kind of the one saying, don't believe in happy wife, happy life. That's bullshit. I face all kind of criticism. What do you mean by that? Now, here they are, regular. And then when they're like, these women aren't loyal. Okay, I just listen to shit like this and I'll be like, it took them like what did I always say? Normies are 5 years behind. Normies are 5 years behind. They live in a fantasy bubble and then their fantasy bubble will burst and they will have to admit that the realists, the conspiracy theorists, the people who were just pragmatic, they have to reveal the truth. They can no longer say, man, just run game, bro. Just spin plates, bro. You hate women, bro. Who hurt you, bro? Now they gotta acknowledge the facts. They can no longer, these dating coaches can no longer go with these guys just hurt, bro. These guys just incels, bro. They just don't get pussy, bro. They can't run with this shit. So they gotta now acknowledge, yep, this is a fact. It's subservient language. As I said back in 2018, 2019. 7 years ago at this point. Yep, shame, blame, explain, right? All that shit. Now they got to be like, well, you know, there's no getting around it. Just maintain frame, bro. They can no longer get away with this shit. So they got to acknowledge, he's saying, yep, married men look beaten down. And he's going to use his own anecdotal data as to where he got that and how he's seeing it. All right, but again, no shade to this guy. I'm just telling you that this is what we're experiencing. This is why the space, if it wants to survive, it needs to evolve and come with new talking points because they just got it all now.
Who've lost half of their finances because of this shit. And also, a lot of times when I speak to men who are still married, they just seem like beaten down, like the energy's been drained out of them. They buy into this like happy wife, happy life mindset where they've just taken this subservient role to the woman. And a lot of guys also now feel that girls are not that loyal. Like that's not what's what's taught as they're grown up, and that's not what they see in social media and Hollywood. And you know, I've seen evidence of that. I have multiple friends who have dated married women. Like, they've been on dates with women who didn't go back home to their husbands at the end of the day, which is a shitty thing that my friends did, but it's obviously a lot shittier on the woman's part. So as I'm sitting there watching this video, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that for a moment I thought, fuck man, did I make a mistake making this commitment and marrying Julia a couple years ago? Like, was that a big fuck up on my part? Now, for those of y'all who've watched the channel, you've seen over the last 8 years that Julia and I have grown together. We've grown closer and more intimate. So my answer would be no, I don't regret it, actually. But that being said, this is gonna sound funny, but I would not recommend, like, if you're watching this video and you're not married, I would probably not recommend that you ever even consider marriage, which seems really weird coming from a guy who's happily married.
Straight jacket. Gentlemen, 2025. It's 2025, and they finally admitting. Oh, man. Now, this is how far we've come. Again, I always say normies are 5 years behind, and y'all niggas got to get your feet in. You got to be both feet in quicksand to realize, yep, reality is reality. Okay? But I wrote that in the Free Agent Lifestyle right there. 2018, documented and stamped. I talked about it right here. All right. It's okay. But he had to go in 2 feet deep to figure out, you know what? This shit hard, bro. This shit hard. Now, he's going to give his reasons why, and we're going to let him speak. It's a very long video, but we can cut out a lot of the stuff because it's vlogging, lifestyle, gym stuff. All right, but this is a guy who's married, who was dating, and you would consider him Chad, kind of Chad, and he's got a, I mean, she ain't my type, but he's got a fitness wife and shit like that. He's got a baby on the way. But now, guess what? Yeah. All right. This is a cold, evil-ass world out here, brothers. So he's saying, I wouldn't recommend marriage. All right. So here we go right here. Let's see what he says, but he's going to tell you why. And it's kind of some selling points, so we have to give him some leeway. He is reacting to a video with the same title, but he's going to tell you his definitions here.
But let me explain.
All right, so we got to let me explain. So that means there's some context to it. All right, it's just not that straight away. All right, so let's let him get to it.
Again, y'all will probably remember, like, a month ago, I got this terrible stomach bug. I lost like 10 pounds, and I've been.
All right, so yeah, so this is where he goes into his lifestyle stuff. So we're gonna skip, and he's gonna do some workout stuff. This is his lane, his genre. He's got his shirt off here.
I'm gonna weigh myself the next couple of weeks while I work my way back up.
All right, so he's trying to get his fitness goals set up, and I think this is when he talks about it.
Big shout out to my mattress.
All right, so that's going to be his sponsor. So let's continue forward about his sponsor. All right, shout out to him on his YouTube hustle. All right, I do respect that. Now, he's going to get back to it right here a couple minutes down the line.
The truth is that I don't think a man should even consider getting married unless he's able to answer the following 5 questions. Question 1, do you want to start a family? Because if you don't see yourself right now wanting to raise children and build a family, then what's the point in taking on all the risks that come along with marriage? It doesn't make any.
All right, shout out to Epidemic Sound. He uses almost all of my soundtracks. All right, sounds familiar. So if you don't want to start a family, don't get married. Why take the risk?
Any sense, man. Question 2, do you get the urge to watch porn? I think most relationships after 6 months or 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, the sexual lust that the guy and the woman have for each other it starts to fade. I know it happened with my first 2 relationships. And if that's the case, and you're starting to get that urge, well, you're condemning yourself to a life of, secretly and shamefully jerking off on your laptop or lusting over women and having this temptation to cheat. It's just not, it's not sustainable. It's not gonna be a good thing, man.
Let me stop him right there. So if you, again, this is acknowledging things that I've told you. Yeah, that love shit, it ain't gonna last. All of that, all right? All of that whole I'm in love, the sexual intimacy, the lust, the passion is gonna die. Is going to die. Again, these are basic stuff. Somebody said this is basic information, and I'm here to tell you, normies only deal with basic information. They find my show way too much. My show is too heavy. This they can handle because it's basic. It's not really challenging. It's somewhat obvious. It's like this type of content is enlightening to normies, right? This type of content is enlightening to normies. They're like, oh, yeah, really? The lust goes away? Wow. Now, when they watch my show, this is too much. It's too fucking much. They like, I can't deal. Like, have you guys ever recommended people watch me and they were a normie nigga? And there was a normie nigga worked in your warehouse. They was your warehouse supervisor and they got a divorce. And you told them to watch CGA and they watched me once and they came back. They was like, I can't do it. Because I take your world and I blow it up to smithereens. You know what I mean? Like, it's too heavy. It's too much. It's too much information coming at one time. It's too much facing the truth. People can't handle it. So when it's delivered like this guy, he's relatable. He has a family. He has a girlfriend. He has a fancy house and fancy cars. He's in shape. And he's going to give you 3 basic talking points. This shit right here. Oh, yeah. The porn thing. Yeah. See, this is why those channels grow and my channel doesn't. This is why I'm shadow banned to monetize and they're not. Because they keep it easy, simple, surface level, recognize a couple of red pill talking points, but more relatable. Yep, he's just delivering it Disneyland. He ain't taking no chances. He's not hating on women, no misogyny. He just is, there's no truth to it. It's just, if you're addicted to porn, if you don't want to start a family. And of course, I'm not throwing shade at this guy. Again, I would just want to let him know. I've watched him and I've been aware of you for quite a bit. And, but as you can see what's going on here, he's venturing over to our side just a little bit, but not all the way. So he's not really telling the truth, because if he wanted to let the truth out, he'll alienate his audience. All right. So let's hear what number 3 is.
Question 3. Does your girl admire you?
Yep.
If you're not around and your girl's talking to other people about you, is she bragging about you, or is she kind of complaining about you? In this video, he tells this story about how he overheard these girls at the gym talking shit about the men that they were with, about how, they're not making enough money. And I think most of us have probably seen or heard girls talk shit about their men. It's very common. It's probably the default behavior, the same way men talk shit about their wives. So if you think that the girl you're with might be talking shit about you, well, that resentment is only gonna build over the years and get worse and worse and worse, and you're gonna be talking shit about her, and then it's another one of these unhappy marriages, man. That's one thing that's so special. I don't want to brag about Julia, but it's one thing I love about Julia, man, is that I've caught her so many times when she's on the phone with her family or her friends bragging about me, and I do the same about her, man.
Oh,
and that creates a special environment. But unfortunately, I don't see that happen with most people.
All right. So again, let's just be real. He's being as real as he can. He's saying most people don't have what I have. All right, bro. All right. I know you watch me. I know you're aware of me. It's what it is, sir. But not my girl, CGA. My girl different. All right. That's what that sounds like, sir. But, sir, It's been great. You've been with her for 8 years. I wish you luck, and I wish you great success as a girl dad and a father. And I hope you keep it together. I hope. But hope is not a strategy. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Your investment phase is not complete. There are no children. Once children come into the situation, it's going to change on you, bro. It's going to change on you. All right, so I wish you success. I mean that from the bottom of my fucking black heart. All right, but I wish you success with your family and your marriage and your relationship, but you ain't seen shit yet. Just to let you know. Ninja, you ain't seen shit. You don't know her. You don't know her. You think you know her, but you don't know her. All right, but anyway, he is saying that, at least acknowledging that many people he does see is married people that are miserable. All right. He's saying most people don't have what I have. My girl different. Okay, let's see if he has some more context here.
Question 4. Are you ready to put your girl in her place over and over and over again for the rest of your life? Because it's just a part of female nature that women get upset when you tell them that they're doing something wrong, or you tell them that they can't do something they want to do, and they're going to continually test boundaries and see what they can get away with. And a lot of guys can't even do this shit at the beginning of the relationship, and women walk all over them and lose interest right away. But some of y'all have figured it out, and you know how to do it at the beginning. But what happens is it gets tiring, man, because we don't want to keep having the same conflict over and over and over again.
Okay, so now he's venting. All right, where's my brother, you yet? Now, this is venting now. We can be obvious and clear. This is now him venting. Right here. Now the truth coming out, fam. Not my girl. All right, but now, do you got to put your girl in place over and over again? If you don't have time for that, do not get married, because that's what you're going to have to do. But look, he can't get out of it now. He can't get out of it now. You got a baby on the way, nigga, and you got all kind of finances in a mingle and co-mingle with each other. She know how much money you make, fam, and you own a gym or you have a gym. She going to bust all that up. So just hold frame, bro. Just hold masculine frame, G. He was watching me, but he ain't watching me no more, all right, because I'm on his neck, all right? All right, so now that's where he at now. You got to over and over again with this bitch. Yeah. Yeah, nigga. Hey, y'all want to get married? Listen to this guy, man. You don't want to listen to me? Listen to him. He trying to tell you right now. Yeah. He trying to tell you right now, this shit is rough.
Ready to put your girl in her place.
Oh, yeah, he has a clothing brand. Yes.
Over and over and over again for the rest of your life.
Yeah, or the rest of your life.
Because it's just a part of female nature that women get upset when you tell them that they're doing something wrong, or you tell them that they can't do something they want to do.
Female nature? I thought the dating coaches didn't like female nature. The dating coach is always like, female nature.
And they're going to continually test boundaries and see what they can get away with. And a lot of guys can't even do this shit at the beginning of the relationship, and women walk all over them and lose interest right away. But some of y'all have figured it out, and you know how to do it at the beginning. But what happens is it gets tiring, man, because we don't want to keep having the same conflict over and over and over again. I even saw it with my dad sometimes growing up, where I could tell he wanted to say something to my mom, but he just didn't want to deal with it. And I continually have to fight against that. And I continually face situations where I'm like, I don't want to do this. I just want to let this go, or be upset and passive aggressive. But no, I'm going to create the conflict. I'm going to set the boundary. I'm going to allow Julia to be upset at me. You know, I know she's probably going to be upset at me the next few hours, or maybe even until tomorrow. But I'm not just going to accept something that I don't want to accept because she gets a little bit upset about it, which is what most guys do. And if that happens, well, that's when you fall into the happy wife, happy life conundrum, where you unwillingly, but you end up taking on the passive subservient role to the woman. And question 5, this one should be out.
Let me stop him. Crystal can see it. He's venting right now. He's venting. Right? So he's trying to say it, but he can't say it. He can't come off red pill. He can't come off. So he's trying to tiptoe, walk on eggshells, and make the point. But he cooked. So he like, and look, I've seen the dynamic between him and his girl. And I'll say I wouldn't be able to deal with her. Not saying that she's bad or anything. She just like opinionated to me. I can't deal with opinionated. I don't deal with opinionated women too much. You know what I mean? I'll be looking at that bitch like I ain't about to sit here and argue. But she's kind of like a sport. I'm not gonna diss him. This is not gonna be a diss video about this couple. All right. So she's just kind of too opinionated and bossy to me. All right, that's just how she comes across to me. She does have her good times, and I'm sure her bad times. And I know white women like her, dated white women like her, and they're opinionated and bossy. And as soon as it's time to open a spaghetti jar, she needs you. Yep, hella whiny. But I will talk about her good points. She is fit. She does keep herself in shape for now, but she's about to deliver a kid. But she one of these whiny, bossy babes, but can't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Can't open a goddamn spaghetti sauce jar type shit. All right. So anyway, enough about that. I don't want to, this is not a diss video on them, but as you can see, the fourth point hit home. The 4-point hit home over and over again. I saw my dad go through this, and I had to learn to keep holding frame against constant shit testing, constant annoyance, constant. So you see, it ain't easy. And this is a guy that's saying he's married, he loves his wife, and he's about to start a family. And he's not even recommending that men get married because of these things. Oh, yeah, wait till that postpartum depression hit, bruh. Hey, man, hey, brother, How to Beast. I know you might come across this video, but let me tell you, man, you still got some learning to do. I know you're a smart guy. I do admire your hustle and your vlog. I love your art storytelling. I admire it, but you gonna learn, man. You fixing to learn. That postpartum depression fixing to hit you like a ton of bricks, okay? And if you are watching me, look up postpartum depression. Matter of fact, bro, you know what I'm going to do, bro? I only want to do 2 hours of this stream, all right? All right. And I've done many streams on this. Let's look up for you, man, because, you know, people in relationships think they know until the motherfucking reality starts hitting, okay? Until you get in too deep. When you get married, then when you have kids, it's a totally different relationships. Over 30% of new mothers with postpartum depression and anxiety also have a depressive disorder or a mood disorder before pregnancy and delivery. 1 in 7 women, 15%. 1 in 7 women, 15% of women have postpartum depression. Half of women diagnosed with postpartum depression, it's their first time being depressed. Some women, it take up to 5 to 7 years before they get over the first postpartum depression, and don't let them get pregnant twice. So you're pushing the calendar, kicking the can down the road. Okay. And then you got postpartum psychosis, which is an extreme level of postpartum depression in which they most likely will never come out of. This is what leads to these divorces and the constant court battles. The woman's in psychosis. So it's rare, but it's possible. And if they had depressive issues before, any bipolar, any other depressive disorders going into your relationship and pregnancy, she's gonna have postpartum depression. All right. It's gonna be, yep. And gentlemen, if you think you know her then, you ain't gonna know your girl until after a kid. And if you hit postpartum depression or psychosis, it's gonna be a different woman. And all that shit. Oh, you think you're gonna get her in check now? You think you're gonna hold masculine frame now? You're gonna be walking on motherfucking eggshells. You're gonna be walking on eggshells because she gonna be going crazy. And sometimes she doesn't get help. So if she doesn't have a therapist or seek help, and it's their first time being being depressed, all right, it's going to suffer. You're going to suffer. And let me just go through it just so you can see it here. What is postpartum depression? Then you got postpartum blues, which is called the baby blues. occurs within a week or a few weeks of delivery and usually lasts a few days. Then you got postpartum anxiety disorder, which is occurring around 10% of postpartum people. High stress, tension levels, inability to relax, persistent fears and worries. Now, if you have a worrywart woman, if you have an anxious woman already, it's just going to be on steroids. All right, just to let you know. If you have a woman in a high stress job and she's trying to get back to work and also trying to pump milk into the baby pump milk, she's going to go crazy. And then you also have the idea that the kid's going to wake up 4 times in the middle of the night. That's only going to accelerate things. Okay, that's only going to cause tension. It's going to cause arguments. I'm trying to teach. So you already have issues of these. Now, what's going to happen is while you guys are going to try to get sleep, you might not get a good night's sleep until you guys are finishing having babies. So if you have babies back to back to back, you ain't going to get a good night's sleep for 3, 5, 7 years because the babies are going to wake up 3 or 4 times in the middle of the night. Most like 80% of babies are going to do that. Then you're going to be on the schedule. Who's going to get up? Who's going to feed the baby? Who's going to change the diaper? I changed the diapers at this time. You need to get up. You need to help. And then all of a sudden, that's where the source of the arguments are. And then if there's any postpartum issues, it's going to be World War III in your own house. So you think you guys know women and all these bullshit, masculine frame shit, dating coaches advice? Bruh, you're going to find out when reality hits. Postpartum obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. Just wait till she starts nesting and telling you to put the fucking Elmo doll over here and put the diapers over there and don't leave the milk bottles out. What about this? Postpartum panic disorder, shortness of breath. If you have a hypochondriac girl who's constantly be like, I have depression, I think my stress, this is going to be on steroids. Postpartum post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, 9% of women. 9% of postpartum women. Postpartum psychosis. Bruh, it ain't that easy. Dads get postpartum depression too. All right, shit. You know what it is? It's because you stress the fuck out. Financial worries. Right here. History of depression. Having a partner with mood disorder or postpartum depression. Lack of social support. Marital discord. Also, she blaming you for everything. She blaming you. She calling you out. She arguing. She snippy. She got postpartum. Man, I'm going to tell you, man, I dealt with all of this shit. Dude, there's no talking him off the ledge. They ain't talking him out of it. So, you know, this is a great video by him. Right? This is a great video by him, but hey, press a 1 in the chat if you dealt with these situations with a wife or an ex-wife or a baby mama. By the way, I've mentioned this before. If you wonder why, we got a lot of people watching right now. Shout out to you for the evening show. This is a lot of people for the evening show. And somebody said, and don't be a better parent than her. Don't do that. Don't be the one that wakes up at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and gets the kid and burps him, and the kid goes back to sleep. Don't be the one where you just full of energy, you happy. Don't be the one where when the kid's crying and you pick up the kid and you rock him to sleep and she couldn't do it. Don't be the one that can get that burp out after the feeding. Don't be the one that can change the diaper and have the kids laughing. Don't be that daddy. Because she going to hate your motherfucking guts. Because when you leave, the baby screaming. Rah, rah, rah. Then you come home, the baby giggling, sniggling. Don't be that daddy. She going to hate your motherfucking guts. And I'm here to tell you, sir, I'm here to teach you. I'm here to teach. This is why you here listening to me and not listening to inexperienced guys tell you bullshit in fantasy. It's wild, man. I'm here to tell you the real, bruh. This ain't no games. These men in the comment will tell you, man, shit ain't no games. That's why you see your dad the way he was with your mama. Just walking on eggshells. He gave up. Fuck it. I can't tell this woman nothing. I'm going to just sit here and just ride this shit out for the benefits of my kids. Yep. Dude, I remember my wife at the time was mad that when I come home, the kids are happy to see me. But when she comes home, or her point was, you get to leave and go to work. And then when I come home, the kids are happy to see me. And she never gets to experience that. Bruh. Do you guys understand what I just said? You understand what I've said? That literally, she was mad. She's mad at that. Now, to be fair, she's not the only woman that does that. So I'm not blaming her alone. She ain't the only woman that does that. I come home and then I'm coming home to a frigid woman. I'm coming home to a frigid wife that is anticipating me coming home and mad that the kids are going to run to the door and say, Daddy. And so when I say, hi, honey, she cold and giving me the cold shoulder and shit. I'm not giving y'all the sugar-coated bullshit. And no, this wasn't just my wife at the time. This is what women do. This is what moms do. We've admitted it. We showed it. It's documented. It's stamped. And now you ain't getting no marital pussy. You ain't getting no pussy tonight. And nobody wants to talk about these things. I'm the only one that can really talk about these things because I'm the only one that got the experience. Not many men in this space got the experience. And there's some married men talking about running game that need to be talking about this. That's what they need to be talking about. Instead, they trying to be cool and young and hip. But if they really wanted to do it, they could really talk about this, but they don't want to talk about it because they get demonetized. They don't want to talk about it because they think it reflects bad on them holding frame, bro. Meanwhile, they ain't getting no marital sex from their wife 5-10 years running. Okay? See? It ain't no game. This ain't about no love. And then just think this shit about love. I'm telling you, you're going to get a wake-up motherfucking call. You're going to get a wake-up call. Press 1 in the chat if I'm speaking the truth. Press 1 in the chat. These men will tell you. I ain't making this up. Nobody will tell you this shit. These men up here, these married simps, these happy wife, happy life ninjas, they ain't going to tell you this. But I will, because I ain't trying to sit up here and say I was perfect. I ain't going to sit up here and say I was a perfect husband. But ninjas is hiding the fact that they're in pain and misery. But this is real. Ain't no lies, I'm telling you right now. I ain't told one lie yet on YouTube. This shit is real. And here's the deal. He don't know what's coming. He don't know what's coming, bruh. But he's educating us. He's educating us, but he better hold on to his fucking hat. You think you're just going to run around and keep her in check and that baby crying? Okay. All right. Let me hear what he's got to say. Fair use.
Obvious, but I fear that it's not. Have you stress tested the relationship? So early on with Julia, I made a point to make sure that we have the same vision for our future, how many kids we want to have. You know, we both agreed that it's okay if we pick up and move from one city or one country to another. We both don't want to live right next to our parents. We've decided that we're probably not going to send our kids to public school or to university because we don't really trust where that's headed. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. You just need to agree with the woman that you're with. The one thing that we have not been on the same page on has been religion, but it's something that we've continued to talk about so we know where both of us stand on it and we know how it affects things. Now, that being said, I'm pleasantly surprised that over time, Julia's grown more and more open and understanding of it. She's curious about it now. She, does believe that there's a higher power at this point. She was just raised without it, but I'm not sitting here expecting her to, have this big awakening tomorrow. It's more just that y'all need to make sure that you're on the same page about almost everything. It's probably not gonna be everything, and for the things you're not on the same page about, Do you understand how you're gonna manage it and what that looks like? It's a lot of shit, man. There's so many more reasons why it's not gonna work versus why it's gonna work, which is why it's probably not gonna make sense for most of y'all. And this doesn't even get into like managing and leading and pacing the relationship right, but I would say the bare minimum, you gotta be able to answer those 5 questions.
All right, so shout out to this guy, man. Hey, listen, you know, equally yoked is a thing. You know, not agreeing on religion, I don't mess around with that, man. I don't mess around with that. I don't think people of 2 separate religions, especially the big ones, they can coexist. Not in a marital household, because a lot of the basis of what you have in terms of family is religious based. And when you go back to reference that, if you have a wife or a spouse, a partner, whatever you guys want to call it, that is not on board with your interpretation of things, you cooked. I mean, you cooked, my G. So you better recognize that. All right. So if you're a Christian and married to an atheist or an agnostic, that's a big problem. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I think Christians belong with Christians. I believe Muslims belong with Muslims. I believe Israelites and belong with Israelites. I believe atheists belong with atheists or agnostics. Right here. I believe that. I don't play around with that. So I don't think Jews and Christians make good spouses. All right. There's no way. All right. But that's a big one here. And whatever gaps you have in your marriage will be exploited. And they will make you vulnerable. Let's see what else he has to add here. This is him and his wife going golfing. So let's show their relationship.
Give them an honest update about my game.
So I really didn't think anything was going to change. And then his first shot of the day, his drive, was like the best drive I've ever seen. How far did you hit it?
I hit it 280 straight down
insane.
The fairway.
Like,
I've been hitting some powers here and there, man. A big credit will go to Julia's dad, to be honest, because he's a scratch golfer. I played 3 rounds of 18 with him over the last like week and a half, and he's been.
You ain't gonna be playing that much motherfucking golf coming up soon. So I hope you get your golf in. When that baby come, you think you're gonna be doing 3 rounds and in a whole full 18 and a back 9 afterwards? You ain't getting it in. Not even with her daddy. You gonna be on daddy duty, fam. All right. So let's see here if there's anything else he wants to add.
1 single ball.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that I'm your lucky charm and the reason you're playing so well.
I mean, maybe that's it. Not 1 shank.
None.
Golf is fun now, bro.
Oh, it's
Until
fun.
you shank the next like 3.
What the fuck?
Yo, what's going on over here? What's going on over here?
All right. I don't think there's much more to add to that. Let me get to these super chats. By the way, good luck to this guy. I don't want to see anything bad happen to him. And, you know, he will be one of our test people. We'll go ahead and sit back and watch. They'll be good. They'll have a couple of kids and they'll go through their adjustments and it'll be real. And your relationship changes. Like, you know, girlfriend to wife is 2 different women. Wife to mother are 2 different women. So just get ready. All right. Get ready. All right. Anyway. And get a DNA test on all your babies. All right, I suggest that for everybody, not just you. Not saying something about your wife, but get a DNA test on all your babies. Shout out to Stiliano. My baby mama Terrius just told her new boyfriend I was abusive. Of course, he abusive. Ladies, that shit is cooked. All right, what is abusive? Shout out to our brother Harden says co-parenting is a lie from the pit of hell. Facts. It is. There's no such thing as co-parenting. It's just a bitter baby mama and a daddy trying to spend time with his kids. That's most of it. I've never seen successful co-parents. All right. I've seen people adjust to being co-parents after fighting. All right. But I've never seen people just off the rip be like, let's just co-parent after breaking up. Shout out to our brother G Money says normies be spazzing when I try to share your videos. I'm a little too much for the normies. They can't handle me. I get it. So I appreciate y'all for trying to share my videos, but I'm just a little too much. You know, I remember when I first heard of Paul Mooney and he had a CD. He had his first comedy CD come out called Race. And I listened to Paul Mooney and I was shocked. I was stunned at what this ninja was saying, right? I was like, whoa. This is like in 1993 or 4. And I was like flabbergasted. It was funny. It was funny, but he was not the normal comedian. And I was like, this ninja lost his damn mind. Okay, with what he was saying, but he was saying some real shit. He had the audience, he had white people walking out. They was like, we ain't listening to this shit. All right, they thought they was going to listen to some, Bill Cosby, Jello pudding pops. They thought they was going to listen to that shit. And they walked up in there, and white people was leaving. They was like, All right. Race and Masterpiece. So, hey, if y'all want to get some funny shit, man, Paul Mooney, Race, it might be on YouTube. That shit is funny as hell. But when I first heard it, I was floored. I was like, oh my God. All right. Anyway, shout out to our brother here. That is Flawless Fitness. Protect your meat, gentlemen. It is the only way to do it. Protect your meat. Let's get real out here. Yeah. R.I.P. to Paul Mooney. I have Paul Mooney jokes. I still tell some of his jokes, when I'm doing my show. All right, we got our brother here. It is. Did I get this one? Johnny Ramos. He says, Coach, why do I need polygamy when I got Melanin Monday, Slow Tuesday, Takeout Thursday, and Flatback Friday? He says, a fistful of 20s on deck will always be cheaper, and it's free agent lifestyle for life. Shout out to you, Dark Side Foundation. At this point, marriage is literally a financial stimulus package for women. There is no love and no legacy to be had. These gumps are like cows, thanking their owner for feeding them Bermuda grass when they're about to be filet mignon. He says wives are an endangered species. Yep. Damn, that's cold. And anybody that disagrees with this, what he said, the sentiment is there's no legacy to be had. Okay, I always show this. Why do I keep showing this Asian woman? All right, let me delete that shit. All right, here we go right here. Look at this. There's no legacy is almost dead. Legacy and dude, we talking about Gen Z millennials. Because really it's Gen Z and millennials. That's the only people that can create babies right now. That's the only people that can create children and families. Gen Z and millennials. Now, you old ass Gen Xers, y'all ain't got no business bringing babies into the world. So I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. All right, at 49 and 47. So it's really just Gen Z and millennials. And really millennials are old. We don't realize how old millennials are. Like the oldest millennial is like 44. The oldest millennials like in that 44, 45 range. Okay, so they almost fucking done. So we really just have the Zennials and Gen Z. That's it. Look at this. Like, y'all cook. What legacy? Where? Hey, the pathway to traditional marriage and legacy is cooked. Like, most people ain't gonna get it. It's not there. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm just being real. We got to depend on Zennials and Gen Z at this point to procreate and build legacies. Like the older millennials, y'all done. Whatever the fuck what y'all was doing, it's over. That's why the immigration is going crazy. So the older millennials, y'all done. Whatever damage y'all did or whatever the fuck y'all did, it's over. Like if you had a family and you stayed, it's over. That's where you stuck. If you didn't have kids, you stuck. If you had kids and broke up, that's y'all reality. Okay, the older millennials are done. Gen X, done. Boomers, done. It's really Zennials and Gen Z at this point. And them niggas too busy Duke shooting and bisexuals and shit and pooter intruders and Lily Lint lickers. So Gen Z is cooked. They all overly medicated, still live with their parents. Still live with the parents. So Gen Z cooked. Unless they figure it out and get their heads out of their ass. Who's left? Them numbers about to sink. Yep. My man said, time don't waste. These numbers about to plummet. Right there. Married parents. That shit is cooked in the next 10, 15 years. With Gen Z and millennials bringing up the rear. Right? Or zennials. I call them zennials. So that's like between Gen Z and millennial. All right. Good luck. I mean, that's where we're at right now. So if you're there, it's going to be tough. No government name, BH. He says, for your 12 cents of Cheeksmas, can you consider adding a Lifetime Achievement Award? I'd like to nominate Dr. John Maloney for it. I think I gave a Lifetime Achievement Award to either Prince Harry or Will Smith. All right, but we're going to do it. Yeah, Dr. John Maloney, he needs to be inducted into the 12 Cents of Cheeksmas Hall of Fame at this point. There's nothing he can do. He cooked. El Santos says, sounds like the dating coach is projecting coach. GOAT, rent due, facts. He is rent and co-sponsorship. I'm rent, bitch. Yep, he's projecting, so he was trying to figure it out. Shout out to our brother Nick Morales. He says, long overdue contribution, coach. Going on 3 years of naval service, and it's been very rewarding. Bought my first house this year and spreading the good word to the shipmates. Trust me, brother, guys in the military need to hear it the most. Salute to you from Virginia. Shout out to you and salute to you and thank you for your service. To Nick out there in the Navy. And yes, the military, we've done military veteran shows. I don't think I did one this year because I think it fell on an interesting day. All right, and I didn't get a chance to do it. All right, but military divorce rates are dismal. All right, and they are big victims of women leaving them and Jody got your girl and leaving them while they're deployed, or military dudes get it bad. So, you know, the military guys need to hear it, but sometimes they're really young and they're targeted by trailer park trash women, barrack bunnies, bitches using them for benefits. And these women are coached by their mothers to target you. Out there near Fort Greg Adams, out there where Fort Bragg used to be, these women are their mothers tell them the game to target these men. Okay, and these men come in wet behind the ears, 18, 19, and 20, barely making it out of private general. And then these women come in for the military benefits and grape these ninjas over the coal. Get a couple of babies, move off base, get the military benefits, claim anything under the sun, and then they dip off with the resource and flee with the lottery. All right, shout out to our brother here, D Rich, just checking in to say I've been watching you since you were 8-time demonetized, and you have yet to be wrong. When I found your channel, I was living in my Chevy Trax and recently divorced. Now I'm on year 2 of making 6 figures in real estate and crushing the JUCO. Listen, man, there's gonna be men like you, and there's gonna be bitch ass ninjas. All right, y'all gonna figure it out. All right, y'all gonna figure it out, man. D Rich figured it out and got out of his bad situation, turned his life around ASAPidly. With men, we only need a couple of years of focus, and our life can take off like that. But sometimes we're trying to make something work and investing our money, energy, attention, and time in the wrong thing. Just follow the free agent lifestyle. Hear what we at. Don't listen to these guys. Oh, y'all tricking and y'all just hurt and bit. Don't listen to that shit. They're trying to bring you back to the plantation. These are crabs in a bucket. See, why would they care if you just wanted to be single? They wouldn't even care. All right, let me be single. Let me go crush some JUCOs. Who cares? They care because misery loves company. Crabs in a bucket. And them niggas don't want to get a job. All right, they just want to bust a nut. Shout out to No Government Name Coach. Imagine how many of us would avoid emotional damage if we knew that a woman could never truly love a man, that we have all been suckers for love ass ninjas. This is a fact. And this is like a 12-step program. See, I don't jump on here and say, I never had a bitch get over on me. I always had these women in check. I never fucked a girl that was less than a 9. I never had a girl divorce rape me. I never had a girl talk, negative about me. I always hit it right. I always had her leaking. See, there's guys that jump on here and they ruin their credibility. See, these are the guys that get exposed the fastest. Have you noticed? These are the guys that have people making videos about them every fucking week. Right? Because they jump on here with this superhero complex. Like they got all the answers. But the problem is they got good answers. But the flaw is they're saying they never had a problem with women. That's the flaw. And I'm like, dude, you need to be honest. Like, I'm honest. I'm honest about who I've dated, that I was down bad, that I've been divorced great, that I had problems with women. It's the dudes. It's the dudes that act like they ain't never had problems. Them the dudes right here, man. I'm the perfect man. I pimped hoes coast to coast. I made money on a pimp dollar. I had these hoes in check. A bitch never got over on me. I make hoes pay for me. I never spent money for pussy. They literally be up in here lying. I only bang bad bitches. I never fucked a fat girl. You see them all the time. And I'll be like, come on, bro. Come on, man. We ain't got a lot to kick it. I get it for free. Bitches pay my rent. They come out with some outlandish shit that's literally impossible. You just don't know, man. You just don't know. You just ain't got the mouthpiece like me. All right, you just don't know. Ain't showed one single solitary receipt other than some pictures. All right. I fucked 1,000 hoes. Never caught an STI. I double wrap my dick. See, that's the reason why. Because they wonder why. Why is CGA able to get large audiences? Why is CGA able to fight through demonetization and still? Why do people listen to CGA more than me? That's what they're questioning. But because, dude, everybody can see you lying. Like there was this one dating coach talking all that shit. He would even talk about me from time to time. And some of y'all punk ass ninjas will come to my stream and try to bring him up. I'm like, that ninja's a nobody. And then it took that ninja one time to get on a panel with some women that he didn't get to pick. He didn't get to pick the women. He didn't get to pick the women and coach them up. And he got on a panel with some women and they roasted that nigga. And I was like, see? These frauds gonna get exposed. I just tell the truth and keep it real, whether I look good or not. I got flaws. And he got on there with one, and he's supposed to be the game ninja. Game. And he would just talk shit about me every now and then and blah, 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 blah. And he got up there with his goofy ass yellow shirt and he got cooked by a fat chick. I was like, now, I want you to think about this. And this is where it's going to bring it home. It's going to bring it home. I've been on several shows with women. And guess what? Ain't none of them roasted me. I want you to listen. I've been outside. I don't go outside because I ain't chasing fame. I ain't trying to be the next Ninja's trying to be the next Kevin Samuels and getting skitty pop. I've been on several shows and there have been women. Have you seen women on there gang up on me, treat me with disrespect, look at me like I was crazy? Have you seen that? Argue with me? You haven't seen not one time. Not one woman. I've been on several shows with women. I've been on all of these podcasts. I have had no women shout me down, completely try to challenge me, treat me with great disrespect. I've had a couple women that tried a couple things, but I haven't had, because they know, number one, I'm not a character. Number two, I ain't a tryhard. Number three, I'm just here to tell the truth. Number four, I relate to women. I don't have a problem with women. And I'll tell them to their face what I say. I ain't scared. Because my show is not about belittling women. It's about just telling the truth about relationship dynamics from the male position. Most of the time, they laughing with me, giggling with me, paying footsie under the table. No crash outs. No women had to get kicked out. It was all love. They was all taking pictures with me afterwards, hugging up against me and all that. The thing is, that's the difference between these frauds that come up here, talk like they the perfect man, they the undefeated man, and a man like me that just says, hey, listen, I'm one of you. I'm just like you. I struggled. I had issues. Women have overlooked me, many of them, because of my height. I had to overcome that, and that's a reality. That's the difference between me and a lot of people in this space. And then they wonder why the numbers ain't working for them. Because, you know, I didn't have women all up in my videos to show them how I can interview women. Let me interview you. Let me interview you and then make you crash out. When you see me with women, it's always love. It's always respect. Yep, on the Fresh and Fit show, they was playing footsie with me. Little girl, the Miss I'm Innocent. She was playing with my feet down there, and I was playing with her little feet. I liked her little feet. That's the difference between me, because I ain't trying to come on here to get my shots off at women, because I've been around women all my life. Women are nothing that I got to get over on them. I'm not trying to make a name off of shooting down women. So I'm not trying to get a woman on here and shoot down a feminist. Like, that doesn't mean nothing to me. I got a book about feminism, baby. You can read it if you want. But I don't got to change your mind on my show. Like, that's the difference between me and them. And that's why people watch me. Just slightly more than them. That's why. And it's been hard, because if y'all wanted to expose me and find exposed shit, I'm pretty sure y'all can find out. And all my mistakes is out there. I ain't perfect. All right. I'm less than. But the way my whole energy, I ain't coming off like I'm ready to debate these bitches. Coming out with crazy ass suits on and shit. Like, I just come out here, and most of the time I just came out in a black t-shirt and a hoodie. I didn't overdress. I didn't try to wear a suit. I didn't try to wear some outfit to make me look like I was all colorful and I was the man. I came out with Vans and a hoodie on. On Fresh and Fit, I came out with a black t-shirt. Just me. Just me. It's just me. Just talking to you. I didn't come out with too much flashy shit. Big ass gold chains. Right? You know what I mean? Like, dude, this is why I try to encourage men, just be real. Just be you. You don't got to be a cartoon character. Just be you and then deal with it. You don't have to make up too much shit. And they try to call me out. Nigga, you wearing a hoodie. I was like, nigga, I didn't know we was dressing up. I didn't know this was a party, but shout out to no government name. Let me get to these brothers here. Shout out to our brother 007 MIB. Appreciate CG8 folks. My ex-wife told me she had been looking for an apartment 3 to 4 months before she told me she was leaving. Caught me with a left. He says right here, caught me with left down like an uppercut. He says right here, CGA don't miss. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Caught looking, and what's going blindside you. Sergeant Tony CGA doesn't eat off recycled content. So I'll make this quick. Coach Prime actually had Brittany Renner speak to his team about female thoughting and plotting, and Travis was there. How this man doesn't see the red flags is almost comical, and it's sad. And he doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. Shout out to Dinero Tranquillo. I was alive for Ronald Reagan. Reagan was alive for Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was alive for Thomas Jefferson. That's how recent all of our history is. That's crazy. We're only a few generations removed. Abel says, you are right about time, coach. He says, I'm 60 and my parents had me at 50 or under 50. They were born over 100 years ago and my grandparents 150 years. I should have an ex-slave catcher working in Canada before the Civil War. I think you meant you should have said. That's what you said. An ex-slave catcher, not a real slave catcher, but an ex-slave catcher working in Canada before the Civil War. So that's how short time is. 100%. Okay. What was this? Easy Breezy says, spent 18 months married, spent 4 years divorcing, signed papers tomorrow. He says right here, my attorney has the rest of my donation. Shout out to you, man. Hey, I've been there, bro. All right. Oh, man, congratulations. Good luck signing your papers. 4 years divorcing for an 18-month marriage. It's tough. All right. What do we got here? Our brother here, LT Jr. says, sup, coach? I listen to you almost daily. The YouTube locals and money mindset. Keep up the good work. By the way, How to Beast's wife used to be an OnlyFans model. Yep. I mean, listen, I'm trying not to diss the ninja, but I've heard that, yes, that I heard she was considering OnlyFans. All right. But I don't know if she was an OnlyFans model. Maybe they're hiding it. That's the next controversy. But and so this is a kind of a dating coach that has a story here to tell. And it's typical of what I've been telling you. A lot of these guys you're gonna have to deal with this as a Gen Z. You're gonna have to deal with this as a millennial. Like these women, if you want an attractive woman, she's gonna have a digital footprint. Okay, this is it. I know you want a hottie. The days where you're gonna get a hottie as a Gen Z and a young millennial, and that bitch ain't been on some website, porn, OnlyFans, sugar daddy, dating apps. Sorry, you guys are not getting attractive women that ain't been out here on the online. Like, it's slim to none, and it's slim just died. Sorry. And trust me, guys, I'm dating women in that age range. Like, I mess with women in that age range. I talk to women in that age range. The likelihood that she has been on the gram, flowed out. I'm talking about attractive women. Listen, I'm talking about attractive women. I'm not talking about regular, normie bitches, all right? So, and even they is 50-50. It's hit or miss. We're talking about only attractive women. The likelihood that a woman between the ages of 18 and 32 has not monetized herself in some way is slim to none. A highly attractive woman. She's going to have it. She's going to have it. She's been to the JUCO. She was bottle service girl. She was a fucking concierge service hostess, right? Waitress, OnlyFans, Prawn.com, Backpage, list crawler. Somebody said 7s and up, really 8s and up. Yeah, for sure. 18 to 32. Dated an athlete or a rapper or some shit. I mean, backstage. Somebody said, my daughter ain't been on none of them sites. All right, send me a picture of your daughter. I mean, just for research purposes only. Yep, Sugar Baby. They did something. We're talking about, by the way, yep, we're talking about highly attractive women, like 8, 9, 10. Yacht Girl. Atmosphere Girl. Like that, the likelihood she ain't been one of these is slim to motherfucking none. All right, at this point. So just don't think you're gonna get a baddie, a hottie, a highly attractive woman, a woman with a streamlined figure, and she just sitting up there. She ain't been on Model Mayhem. Have photographers take pictures of her in her lingerie drawers. Like the likelihood that no, it's slim the motherfucking yep, model. She tried to be a model. 100%. It's the likelihood is slim to none. That she didn't strip her. I didn't even mention that. She stripped a little bit in college. She was a golf cart girl. The likelihood that she ain't done one of them jobs is slim to none. She gonna have been completely sheltered. But anyway, shout out to you. But he's saying she was an OnlyFans girl. But like I said, I've seen a video of her considering doing OnlyFans. So I don't know if she actually did it. Who disagrees with me? Shout out to our brother here. Cody Draper. People, especially men, should not pay alimony nor support for an ex-spouse. Why do women love dangerous men and talk about toxic masculinity? That's an interesting question. Because those are the guys they go for, toxic men. How do we know? They all complain that they are with a guy that was toxic. Like, because they'll be like, not me. That's not true. I'm like, okay, why do y'all all get out of relationships and then say you was in a toxic relationship? You say he was a narcissist. You say he was abusive. But then when I say women are choosing those guys, they obviously want dangerous, toxically masculine men. And then they say, no, we're not. Okay, why did you tell me your last two boyfriends, motherfucker, was abusive? Okay. Like, they really think I ain't listening. I'm listening to you. You like toxic men. You like dangerous men. You like men on the fringe. You like abusive men. All right, come on. Put two and two together. No Government AMSD says the fakes get exposed because it's like knowing the math answer, but can't show your work. You don't understand what wise is until you become wise. Never change, coach. Shout out to you. Yeah, they just know the answers. They don't know how to show the work. Everybody can take my show and then say, oh, this sounds good, and then use it as a talking point. But when you don't have the experience behind it, you can't show the work. You can't arrive at how I came up with that. It just sounds good and you just ride with it. Never lived with a girl. Bitch never had a long-term girlfriend until they jumped on YouTube. Okay. Never smashed a woman that's over a 6 till they got on YouTube. Never been married. Never produced a kid. Never had no real man responsibility in their motherfucking life. But they jump up here and tell you shit like they know shit. But they don't know nothing. They don't know it. How they know it? When they just saying it. That's absolute fact. They're just saying what I'm saying with no motherfucking work to be shown. They just taking the answer and just circling it down at the bottom. All right, here's the answer. I get it. I ain't trying to throw shade. I'm just saying. It's apparent and clear. So then when they just show the answer and people challenge them and say, well, how did you get at the answer? They can't say it. They'll just come up with some stats and some shit that they seen somewhere else or just pull some shit out their ass. They can't say it. They can just repeat the bullshit. Yep, just theories and shit. It's just to them, it's just some, but they really can't. They never lived with a girl before. All right, so then they trying to be out here like they came up with the shit and just the next guru of the space. Like, you can't be the guru of the space. You ain't had no life experience. You can't trump me and you ain't had no life experience yet. Just call a spade a spade. Just because you sound good saying it. You see what I mean? And I ain't trying to shit on people. I'm just saying, man, it's too obvious. And those the ninjas that get invited to the debates. Those are the guys that all of these show. And you know why? Because everybody knows they can easily disprove what the fuck they're talking about. They're not going to bring me on the debate. Because they know I'm going to hit them with these motherfucking facts. They know. They're like, don't bring that nigga. Right? Don't bring him. Because he coming with some hardcore. He bringing God into the conversation and stomping on God. Like, don't bring him. All right, he's stomping on God. This ninja don't play. But trust me, they know, and they can pick. All right, let's get a guy. Let's get someone from the Manosphere. Let's get Pearl on the show. Pearl don't know what the fuck's going on. And that's no shade at Pearl. She ain't got no goddamn nothing to stand on. She got data and articles. She don't know what the fuck's going on. She can't stand on no principles. So they bring in Pearl. They bring in niggas that never had no girlfriend until they got on YouTube. Here we go. Here, pull him up. Tell us about the Manosphere. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Where's Ringo TV Raw at? Nigga, bring somebody that know what the fuck they talking about. Right? Let's get some people that been doing this and got some skin in the game. Bring some OGs up. Bring Angry Man up. Please bring some people that got some skin in the game. Bringing up an 80-year-old dating coach. Nigga, what? How you bringing up an 80-year-old dating coach? Andrew Tate. Like, come on, bruh. Yeah, they industry plants. Pearl can't fight through the whole conversation like I can fight to it. So that's why they keep bringing her up there. All right, let's discredit this space. Yeah, bring Corey Holcomb up. They ain't going to do it. They just let Corey just stay over there. All right, let him do his show. They're not going to bring no real ones up. Because they know we would dispatch of they bullshit and have them scrambling and scraping for shit. Shout out to Double R, Raul Rodriguez. Gentlemen, please be very careful introducing this material. This is not for everyone. This has created a lot of problems with friends. They are programmed to think that women are the center of the universe. The free agent lifestyle is a discipline that many cannot master. This is why Mitches try to infiltrate free agent lifestyle for life. And yeah, they try. It's too hard. For life. Right? It's too hard. They can't do it. It's not for everybody. This is only for the chosen people. Yep, they bring Andrew Tate up because they know he gonna sound like a clown. All right, and then they could just completely just be like, oh, you're with the mafia, you traffic women. So they bring him up there. And he gonna get an audience, so no hate to the Tate brothers. All right, but he outlandish and he's gonna bring numbers, so they gonna bring him up. All right, but he ain't saying no shit that I ain't never said. And he really ain't about no manosphere anyway. Shout out to our brother, no government name, please. Coach, what's the best case scenario if I want to have kids? I personally look at Cristiano Ronaldo's family and want something like that. You think that's possible? Is fuck you money a means to that end? Yeah, I mean, if you're Cristiano Ronaldo, you do have an opportunity to do that. You know, with the state of how people are raising children today, you can't guarantee that you'll be in your child's life. Unfortunately, you can't guarantee it. You have a least likelihood to do so. So if you want to do surrogate and get you a 1099 girlfriend, you're going to need a lot of money to do it. But there's some women out here that'll do it in the United States. You just got to have your contracts and keep your leverage. Like, you can't do it after you get a woman pregnant. Can't do it. Like, you guys get women pregnant and then want to get leverage back. It's too late. So if you want to do this, you could do it like that. And people say it's not natural. That's not natural. Kids need two parents. All right, let me pull up the fucking graph. All right, really? Okay, so what is this? Are we going to just act like this don't exist? You going to act like we not living with kids with separate parents? Are we going to act like that most kids are raised in a two-parent household? Are we going to act like there ain't women out here running around here living in homeless encampments with children? Come on, man. Are we going to act like we don't have broken home and crack babies? We going to act like our divorce rate ain't 50% plus when children are involved, probably 60, 70% when children are involved? We going to act like we have a thing called co-parenting? Kids that ain't even 3, 4, 5 years old, you already co-parenting. Are we acting? So you supposed to be egregious for having a surrogate mom. You supposed to be, oh, that's terrible. You gonna act like there's no such thing as a single mama, princess, warrior, goddess. So it's bad for me to have a kid in Cuba or the Dominican Republic that I see more than I see of my kids in America. Don't act. You know what I mean? This is why they don't bring me on the show. Because I'm like, okay, what is this then? Kids deserve a 2-parent household. What is this? Explain this. If they deserve it. Don't attack me. I'm not adding to these statistics. Trust me. These statistics already up shit's creek at this particular point. What's one more kid? Shout out to Stiliano, says respect and appreciate how you can read through all the super chats. Some ninjas don't know how to spell no respect at all. I know it's tough. I'm actually I actually try to proofread as I'm saying the chats, which is tough. Den says, I want to have a family. What should I do? I want to be married. I'm 30 years old. Not my girl, coach. The best advice I can give you if you want to marry. Okay, you can roll the dice against the system in America. You see the numbers. Roll the dice. You do have a chance, but you see the numbers. Okay, even this married guy saying, I wouldn't do it. All right, the second thing you could do is you could go overseas and marry, stay over there. You got to adapt to probably poverty in third world country and underdeveloped nations and nations where other troops can march in and take your shit. Okay, you got that. And you got, if you're a different race like an African American, you also have culture shock and possible racism where you're going. The next thing you can do is you can have a surrogate parent here. You're going to need over 100 grand to start. You're going to need an attorney. You're going to need legal paperwork. You can get a woman to deliver a baby for you. There's surrogates all over America. There's women that do this for a living. You just have to make sure she doesn't sue you for custody rights because she gets emotionally attached to the child. But there are a lot of goddamn incubators out here. Okay. You can get you an incubator, deliver you a kid, hire a nanny, get a surrogate girlfriend, whatever the fuck you want to do, you could do that. Okay. You can have kids in another country and live in the US. There's plenty of people that do that. And they see their kids way more than they see their kids in America. There's people that have kids in the United States and they have kids in another country. They see their kids in the other country more than they see their kids in the United States. If you are one of these guys, press 1 in the chat and explain. But it's not that hard to explain. You're being alienated by your kid in your same fucking city and town. Can't get homework, can't get teacher information, can't get school information. That bitch hiding your kid in plain sight, making you fight, scrambling, and scraping the court for their kid. And you got a kid overseas in another country and you got full access to the damn kid. You can have the kid come for the summer. You can go see the kid 4 times a year. Your kid live around the corner from you in America and you can barely see the goddamn kid. You got to fight to see the kid. But you got a kid in the Dominican Republic right there. Right there. You can go see it, nothing, and it ain't no shit. And you can just send her 200 fucking pesos and you good. Tell me I'm not lying. That's the real facts about American men and children in America. You fly 4 times a year to go see your kid and let your kid stay with you in the summer in America. Send them back to go to school over there or a private school, which is going to be dirt fucking cheap. It's going to be less than $3,000 a year. And people going to call you crazy for doing it. Man, that's crazy. You should be with your kid every day of his life. Okay, if that's the standard, if a man's supposed to be with his kid every day in his life, why don't we do that in America? You can't even do that in America, motherfucker. You can't even do that and be married because you got to work. You got to be out here doing work trips. You don't see your kids even in a marriage every day of their life. Now, don't be divorced. Don't be a baby mama. Don't have a baby mama. You ain't going to see your kid every day. So if the measure is to be in your kid's life every day and they criticize you for having a kid out of the country and you're not going to be in his life every day, why don't we have men be fathers every day of their life? That's the one thing they don't let you do in America is be in your kid's life every day. They fight you tooth and fucking nail, thousands of dollars in court fees just because you want to be in your kid's life. And they'll tell you it's better for you to be in your kid's life. What the fuck? Like, this is a dude, people out of control with it. People hypocrites, normies, ignoramuses, morons. They will literally argue that you're doing it wrong, and then you can't even get the same damn thing in America without kissing the ass of the mother constantly, paying her ransom and child support and alimony and property to see your kids half the kid's life. What? Am I talking? Am I preaching? But the standard is you need to have kids and be in their life every day. That ain't even a possibility, even if you married. You're going to obviously have other responsibilities and duties that might take you away from your family from time to time. Stop with the bullshit. This is why they don't bring me on these goofy ass shows. This is why they don't bring me on. But that's a possibility for you. It's a possibility for you. But men don't want to pay the price. What y'all want is love children. So when I start bringing up these options, it's just going to seem too hard. Oh man, nah, man. Pay a surrogate? Nah, bro. I ain't got $90K. Okay, wait. You don't have $90,000 to hire a surrogate? Okay, well, you can't afford kids. Let's get real. You think kids are free? Because you're going to pay about $180,000 in child support, goofy ass nigga. Have a kid with an American woman. You're going to pay $180 in child support and barely see your kid. But you think $90K is egregious for a surrogate. Oh, okay, nigga. Yeah, you're gonna pay $90K in divorce fees, in alimony. Oh, you're gonna pay either way. Kids ain't free. You just want a love child and have kids for free because you can get between a woman's legs and push and shove and bust a nut. That's what you want. You just want an excuse to practice making babies. That's what you want. And then you want a love child. But them kids come at a price. So if you think having a surrogate, I can't afford $90K, well, you can't afford to have no kids. You don't have no right to bring in no kids into this world. Broke ass niggas. All right, want to have kids and a legacy, but can't afford $90K. Probably reconsider having children. Love ain't free. Kids ain't free. Women ain't free. Life ain't free. You're going to pay either way. You're going to play on the front end or the back end. And we out of here. Peace.